Hmm.
Santos has 69 followers.
Ah, nice.
Nice. Let's have a look here. Let's just quickly do a quick level check. No, 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 no,
Yes.
no, 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 no. Rightio. Okay, sweet. Right.
Sweet Caroline.
Nope, nope, nope. You're going to do your poem instead.
Oh, deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the darkness was unbroken, and the silence gave no token. And the only word they spoken was the whispered word, Lenore.
Nice. I'm just gonna stick to the good old classic for myself, which is the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Big brown fox.
There we go. Good old classic. Thank you. Rightio. Let's just minimize that. Ugh, what a week. Where blood WhatsApp not go? I looked into that Heroes Hour. It seems interesting.
Oh
There's a
yes,
lot
the
of
game.
yeah. There's a lot of freaking action as well. The fights
Mm,
seem
mm,
like they'll
mm.
be strange.
Mm. I was actually introduced via uh, what's its name? Spiffing Brit.
Hmm?
He did a perfectly balanced game video on it,
Perfectly
where
bad.
he ate lots of dragons.
8 dragons.
Yes, one of the factions or one of the heroes you can be in the game has an ability that allows it to eat troops and then gain their power. And he exploited this to make the hero OP because the hero's stats affect the entire army.
Huh.
It was a very entertaining video.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't watched any of his things recently. I mean, but he's binge worthy, so it's worth sort of like not watching all of them and then once or every couple of months just dive back in, to just sort of like catch up what he's been doing.
Excusez-moi.
He
I will
has a
admit,
odd fascination with that Hydroneer game.
Hydroneer.
Go Google it. It's a game he's played a lot of times.
I would I would attribute Skyrim to being the game he's played the most.
Well,
I mean, or at least his Skyrim videos are the most popular.
what
But yes,
with
he
Keanu?
covers lots
No,
and lots.
with
Yes, Rianu Keeves.
Rihanna Keeves. There we go.
But he's got multiple characters in Skyrim. But Rianu is one of the. Uh, he's also got Hard Towered.
Oh
Although I
yes.
think that's the Oblivion one. But yeah, they're very fun.
Just quickly getting the word out to my peeps. Announcements at
Announce!
guild members. Wonderful. Okay, cool. That's sorted. That's sorted. So, yeah, I think let's start out with actually something I was curious about that I didn't check. You said there's an update to the oi little guinea pigs. You said there's an update to Fancy Grounds that I kind of missed now. Or not missed, but
Yes,
they
they
changed
did
the size
another.
now.
They did another. Yeah, they did another update to the dice. You can now increase or decrease the dice size. You can also toggle, like if you for some reason don't want your D100 or your D12, you can toggle it off, and it doesn't appear in the dice tray.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can toggle them off.
Well, okay, this
And
I
then
have to inspect.
I don't know if the new dice system disabled the dice moving. I know that before the new dice, you could move the dice tray around. Um, I I didn't dig deep enough to know for certain if it was active when they did the big dice change and introduced the animated and fancy dice. But now you can through the dice menu, which by the way, they've
Fancy
removed
dice.
the palette. The like color picker palette now looks like a die symbol.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'm logging in.
It is the
Pen.
dice option now. It isn't a palette or color option. It is the dice option.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, the icon at the top right, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, let's have a quick look at it because I have not experienced it. There's an Arcanist that says on chat, hey, 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 I guess. That's you.
It's a me. It's a me.
Apologies if I'm burping on audio. I have been drinking some gassy drinks.
It's okay. I sneezed just now, so
You
all
sneezed?
the noises. Yes, all the noises. But I like the new change because one of the things that they did with the dice update is made the dice. What was it? 20% bigger or something like that.
Yeah, they made it
And
bigger.
I thought to myself, okay, the dice are now big. I like that you can now set their size.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely certain whether because I think I like mine at 90%, but uh, at the same time, it feels weird because now I can't tell whether I'm imagining it or not, or if, yeah, they were that size because it seems as though they're now too small when you put them at 90%. But oh well.
Oh, let me have a look. Okay.
These options are nice though. I like them.
Oh, wow. So you can literally turn off which of the dice you want to see. You can
Yep.
literally turn all of them off. I like this
Yep.
because for my gaming table, I can now turn all of them off, which
Oh, yes.
which was something which is sort of like I just put them on. I usually just turn the dice onto my gaming table into a color that has like the same color. The text is black, the dice is black, so it's just sort of like invisible, semi.
Mm.
Um,
Unobtrusive.
sorry. um, playing with that. Let's quickly see here. Aura. There we go. I like the auras. Um, okay, and I can now
And yeah,
change the.
now
That's so cool. Okay, but I only can go down to 80%. But 80% is roughly what it was. But you can't unlock it
if
anymore.
I don't know, it feels like they made them smaller. Like the initial update with the all the dice features made them 20% bigger, but now they feel back to the same. I don't know. It's
Yeah, you'll have to install an old version to sort of like monitor. I
but
love the way that pulses.
I do like that they're incorporating more dice functions and features,
Yeah,
so
it's
you can
awesome.
really customize.
120 is a bit big, but it feels so comfy.
Well, I mean, you can now unlock where they are if you click toggle panel lock. You can move
Oh,
them about. Yes,
oh, yeah. This now
yes,
is a nice little box that actually pops up. Yeah, that's
yes.
awesome.
That was there.
No, I know it was there, but this is a more eloquent way of doing it to like
Yes,
show
yes,
everyone.
yes,
I'm gonna put my dice over
yes.
my players' faces, so I don't see who I'm killing. Just saw a TikTok a few minutes ago about one of those well YouTube short, but same difference. Um, one of those users that do the one of the guys that does like D&D rule theories and things. It's trippy
Mm.
how the border goes behind that window. Anyway, where he makes it the point that hovering around like very low hit points is probably better than actually just trying to heal yourself. And brings up a very simple math example that actually makes a lot of sense in fifth edition.
Mm. Mm.
Keep in mind this will probably not work as well in different systems, but like derivatives of D&D will probably have the same issue. If you're at like
Mm.
5 hit points and you take 20 points of damage, then
Yes.
then you don't go to negative, you just go down. Now if someone heals you
Yes.
for for 8 hit points, cool, you're back up. But if you're
Mm.
at 5 hit points and someone heals you for 8 and you still take that 20 hit point damage, you're still down. That healing
Yes.
was completely useless. And that brought
Mm.
back memories of our fight against that weird wizard thing in Icewind Dale near the end of our run.
You mean the demi lich,
Yeah, that thing was.
this floating skull?
I couldn't stay alive. I was constantly dying.
And
Um,
no, it does. It does. That is a very very true observation. There are situations where
why is this
it obviously doesn't work always.
now?
Um, uh, because you definitely, I feel because you insta die if you take an amount of damage into the negatives equal to your total maximum. But that's only after any hit damage has been like absorbed from what you have in the terms of hit points. So say you have 25 hit points and you're on 5 hit points and you take 30 damage. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Mm,
it's that was a bad analogy. I should have stuck with your example of 20 hit points. But anyways, the point is, or 20 damage. But the point is, it is a true observation, and that's why I'm kind of liking a homebrew rule that I introduced, where you have to stabilize someone before you can heal them.
he makes
Um,
there's yeah, there's a couple of ways to, I wouldn't say fix it, but adjust it if you feel it's too soft or too hard for your campaign. Um,
mm,
the example that this YouTube short user gave was that you can relatively simply adjust this by saying that if you come back from being unconscious in a fight, you gain a
mm,
level of exhaustion, but
mm.
specifically the exhaustion from one D&D. Um,
Oh yes, because the exhaustion in one D&D is a lot more granular. There's 10 levels, and it's not as devastating in the lower levels
hmm,
as current exhaustion is.
interesting. Yeah, I mean that's something I don't know off the top of my head.
I also don't know it off the top of my head. I know that it was pointed out quite a few times. Some people really like it. Um, I really like that exhaustion is very, very scary in fifth edition. One of the videos I saw
I
talking
kind
about it
of also
was
like it.
like
No go.
Yeah, one of the videos I saw talking about it was the reason the I can't remember who it was, but they said the reason one of the reasons they like it is because it's less scary. Players will sort of overlook it, whereas exhaustion, as it currently is in fifth edition, they'll do anything to get rid of it, and it
That's what
becomes
frustrates me a bit about it.
yeah, they'll it becomes almost what's the word I'm looking for? Not obsolete, because they'll immediately try to get rid of it. Um, I I usually work with that aspect of exhaustion in mind. Is that when players receive it, they will try and get rid of it.
Mm.
Um, so I feel I still really like that. Once you reach the highest level of exhaustion, you die. I don't remember if that's how it is. I'm going to pull it up now.
Yeah,
If
there
that's how
is
it
the
is in
highest,
the one
and
D
the,
and
the
D.
default, the highest level of exhaustion is you die.
Yeah,
I think it's fifth level of exhaustion and you're dead.
a six. Mm,
Six, okay, so fifth and then
yeah.
you're dead.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't remember this stuff off the bat. Combat, adventuring, resting, movement, adventuring. Where is it? Status effects, damage, under cover, actions in combat, conditions. Here we
Here
go.
we are. I pulled
Appendices.
up the one D and D exhaustion.
I pulled up the normal exhaustion in a second.
This is the expert class. That is the newest one, right?
Exhaustion, yeah.
It's,
Level 6 is
yeah.
death, yeah. So at level 5, you're
Mm.
basically just lying there.
Oh, I think it's something close to that. Your
Yeah, I mean,
speed is reduced to zero.
it's
Yes.
cumulative. It's cumulative. So your speed becomes zero. Your
Mm.
hit points have been halved. Your disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Your speed is now zero, so that supersedes. And you've got disadvantage on ability checks. So I mean, you can just lie there. You can still shoot things or try and swing at something that's next to you, but you are. They don't say you go prone, but you can't move.
Yeah. Well, the exhausted condition in the expert classes UA is while you are subjected to the exhausted condition known in older books as exhaustion, you experience the following effects. Levels of exhaustion. This condition is cumulative. Each time you receive it, you gain one level of exhaustion. You die if your exhaustion level exceeds 10. So it's now 10 levels. D20 rolls affected. When you make a D20 test, you subtract your exhaustion level from the D20 roll. So it's a lot more granular, but a lot more forgiving in certain, especially at lower levels. The spell save DCs are affected. Subtract your exhaustion level from your spell save DC of any spell. Ending the condition. Finishing a long rest removes one level or one of your levels of exhaustion. When your exhaustion level reaches 0, you are no longer exhausted.
Is this all in the extended classes? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's in the expert classes UA. So the newest one that
Apologies
came
to anyone
out.
watching with epilepsy. This stream just flashed.
Yeah.
Let's have a look here. Extended classes.
I'm just going to put my phone on silent because it is annoying me.
No stress. Exhaustion. Let's have a look here.
Das wieder. It has been done. But yeah, I like it is a very simple rule compared to older exhaustion. It is a very simple exhaustion mechanic. But I don't know. I feel like it's going to have the same problem. While I like that it's more granular, I also dislike that it's 10 levels because you'll be able to get rid of it long before you ever reach the point of dying from it.
It also at higher levels will be completely trivial.
In certain circumstances, it will become quite trivial. At least
Yeah.
the
Well, in
the
some cases,
D20
yeah.
tests,
Yes, yes,
like
yes,
you
yes.
can easily, if you're making a test, you're proficient or expert in a
You know
few
what's
levels, like won't make a difference.
the thing about this is also like, um, uh, I like this. This brings back that little bit more of a little bit more admin on the player side. Um, because it does feel to me that the fifth edition, because of a lot of people, a lot
Mm,
of pickup games, and in general, and especially like league play or organized play for
mm,
most communities, doesn't care um about, I wouldn't say that's a bit harsh, doesn't really pay attention too heavily to
mm,
downtime and a long term travel. I kind of
mm,
like rolling the long term travel because I've because that's
mm,
the only time as a GM I get to play with rules like these, things like
mm,
wilderness effects and survival and stuff like that. That's kind of
mm,
why, that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about prepping for Tomb of Annihilation, when with the
mm,
entire Cholt map, which unfortunately
mm.
that campaign died. But hey, there's always 2023. But
Mhm.
um, this, I do agree with you that most likely this will again just be something that players get rid of as quickly as possible by
And it
basic.
punishes spellcasters a lot more than martial classes.
Oh yeah,
Whereas I
yeah,
felt old exhaustion was fairly fair across the board.
yeah, because it's not just a number. It gives you a status effect. Um,
Mm.
I don't know. Both seem fine to me, and I think and what's nice is they're very
Well,
interchangeable.
I do like the D20 rolls that are affected, but
Mm,
it is very punishing for spellcasters to receive exhaustion because your DCs of your spells go down by one.
mm.
And while you could ignore decreases in certain checks, for spellcaster, the DC of your spells, when I play
Here's a
spellcasters,
thought.
you claw those DCs into like higher and higher
You know where
ground
this
so
will
that
be.
creatures don't just resist everything
I
you
kind of
throw at them.
agree with you, and you know where this will come up. You know, it's sometimes you take, for example, if you take high elf, right?
Mm,
If you take high elf, you get a free cantrip. Now, if you take
yes.
something, this is now a very shitty example, but it's an example. If
Mm,
you take high elf and you take a cantrip that has a save, like Toll the Dead, for
yes.
example.
Yes.
Okay, but then you take but then you're a martial class.
Yes.
Now you've got like this one spell save, but you're a martial class. That
Yes.
sometimes causes confusion because of you've prepared for a fighter. Now you never thought about writing down your spell save DC. That's a bit of an admin issue, not a main issue.
Mm.
But like
Mm.
the sort of like the step one step further is sometimes abilities have saves. For example, the undead and stuff like that. A lower level
Yes.
paladin, like a paladin at that level, at a certain level, doesn't have spells yet.
Mm.
But they do have channel divinity, which is in if you were using Pathfinder terminology, would be an extraordinary ability or a spell like effect. But it's not a
Mm.
spell. It's spell
Mm.
like, but it's not a spell.
Mm. Mm.
So it can't really be. It's not because it's not a spell. It can't be dispelled, and it's just sort of like this holy effect. And that's where I agree with you that there needs to be a clear difference between arcane and divine. But anyways, here's my point. Wouldn't it be
Mm.
cooler? Wouldn't it be a bit
Mm.
more fair to, instead of in on this page where it says exhaustion condition in one lane? Wouldn't it be cooler
Mm.
if this line got changed to um uh clause
DC's affected. Just DC's
yeah,
affected.
save DC's affected.
Yeah, save DC's affected.
Yeah, that's that. Save DC's affected. And remove this word spell. In other words, if
Yeah.
your class is generating something that something else needs to save against, it's
Yes.
affected.
Yes. No, I agree there. That I
Because
do
then
agree with. But
that's relatively fair.
to your point about receiving like a random spell because of race or
Yeah,
something,
that's not that detrimental.
um,
It's just an
it's not
example.
that detrimental. And the newer races allow you to pick which ability modifies the spell. So if
Uh huh.
you are playing a paladin and your race gives you a spell, the newer races then allow you to use charisma as the modifier for that spell if you want to. So then, because paladins are charisma based casters, at least that one spell from your race will increase with the rest of your spells if you increase your charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that particular aspect of the newer races I really enjoy. But your point about the save DCs is very on the nose.
Mm, well, it's just a thought I had. It's
Yeah, no, just subtract your exhaustion level from save DCs of any save DC you have. I don't know how you'd word it, but yes,
mm,
just so that it's fair to all classes. But I like that exhaustion also affects your movement. I would subtract an amount of movement, like 5 feet of movement. But then if you've got 10 levels, that's 50 feet of movement subtracted. So you'd technically be taking negative movement at some point.
how do you take negative movement?
No,
You
wait. 10 times, yeah, 10 times 5 would be 50 feet.
so okay. How about this is a thought? It's a lot of admin on the player and the DM side. It adds a lot of like
Yeah,
strain. But if you've got negative movement,
yeah.
it means that um you essentially every round. Oh, goodness. So
Mm,
you have negative movement.
mm,
And then let's say you have 30 movement speed, but now you've got
mm,
now your move now you're then you get negative move. Now you're in the negative, so it's -1, meaning that
mm,
you have to if you've got negative movement, you can if you've got
mm.
-1 movement, you have to
Yes.
move at all. You need to move for 2 rounds.
Well, the thought was that for every one level of this new exhausted condition, you lose 5 feet of movement, so that it's still very granular. But that's why at 10 levels, well, at 10 levels you're dead. So at 9 levels, you would lose 45 feet of movement. So I suppose it wouldn't. You wouldn't need to. They would have to clarify in the rules because people are going to be like, oh, but now how do I get negative? I think it would be fairly simple to just say, look, it removes 45 feet of movement. If you only have 30 feet, obviously you don't have any movement. And if you happen to have 50 feet of movement, which you can do, then yeah, you're lucky enough to have at least 5 feet left.
Freaking hell.
I just like that exhausted the 5e version of exhausted does affect movement because you're exhausted. You would move slowly. Um, I don't know. There's pros and cons to both the new this UA version of Exhausted and the current version of Exhausted.
Yeah, but there's pros both ways. As long as I can find something where my players isn't gonna immediately sort of like try and like treat it like they just caught the plague.
Like they got cancer.
You got tired. That's all. You essentially just have to. Uh, Players being upset about exhaustion is like when people when people run or they suddenly need to do some random exercise, and
Mm,
someone walks in and they like make as if they're not out of breath.
mm,
Dude, I know you're out of
mm.
breath. Just freaking breathe deeply so you can stabilize. Now you're going, no, I'm fine.
I don't know. I do agree that that exhaustion has a very generally a very visceral reaction around the table, but I think it's less about the effect itself because at first level it's not that detrimental. I mean, yes, disadvantage on checks is not fun, but it's not it's not it's not going to it's not the be all and end all. It I think what really gets to players, at least in my experience, for me as a player, is the idea that your DM can kill you with these levels. It's a
Mm.
if there is something dealing out exhaustion levels, whether it's the environment or some monsters do too, um, then it's essentially like six six shots and then you're dead. It
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
a complete circumvention of any hit points or abilities you have to a certain degree that definitely I think scares players because unless they get rid of the exhaustion, they're like at level one, they're only 5 steps away from death, is the sort of like viewpoint.
True, but I understand that. I don't know if I can't blame people for trying to get rid of it because it is detrimental. Um,
I also
something
can't.
something that I find a bit more effective and dare I say sneaky to add on to what
Mm,
you said earlier, where it's an effect that people get and then hopefully. Uh, not because you're a mean GM, but you kind of want players to forget that they have it, so that when it comes up, they're like, "Oh yeah, that you
mm,
try to act normally and then suddenly sort of like this tiredness is pulling you back or something similar.
mm,
I
mm, mm.
love for that reason I have been having a lot of fun with playing Starfinder and with ability score damage.
Oh yes, ability score damage is scary in fifth edition as well because it's so rare.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it's very rare
but
in 5th edition.
in Starfinder, it's less rare, but it's no less detrimental.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what's kind of freaky is that if you reach zero in an ability in Starfinder, you die as well, don't you?
I yes, if I believe so. I'm speaking on
Uh,
a bit of correction, but yes.
I think so too. I mean, I'm no expert either,
Oh no,
but
wait, hang on. No, if you
mm,
reach zero in an ability,
mm.
I think you only die if your intelligence or constitution goes to zero.
Oh, because then your
It's
brain dead essentially.
Yeah, it's essentially. I don't think it's all of them.
Or yeah, or your body gives out.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's
well,
but but it's
that
super
makes
super bad.
sense.
You're essentially comatose or useless, and you're likely in a bad situation. Because
No,
strength drain doesn't happen when you're nice and quiet in town. Strength drain happens when
yes,
horrible creatures with tentacles and long teeth attack you.
yes, no, but I mean, in fifth edition, I really try to play with strength drain as well. I mean, ability score damage as well. I try not to do it too much because I also think that it's if the players don't have a good way of counteracting it, they feel like they're being bamboozled, I guess,
Yeah, I
being
mean, we've all been.
mistreated.
Yeah, we've all been there. I mean, you were
Yeah,
there. You were there with my Monday game. Where basically you just felt like this mathematically there's nothing you can do, so why even try?
yeah,
That's the risk. That that comes down to adventure programming, which is a little bit out of the scope specifically, but kind of not.
mm,
It's perceived managing perceived risk versus actual risk.
Mm.
But so I get where you're coming from, where people feel like that, and that's why, unfortunately, despite we'd like to think our players are, capable, and they likely are, but sometimes it's important to also remember to actually sort of give the players either give flat out tell the players roughly what to expect and what type of world they're entering, or
Mm.
telegraph to them ways of interrogating their environment in a healthy manner. That is one of the
Yes.
reasons, by the way. That is one of the reasons why I adore the skills, the more elaborate skill descriptions in Starfinder.
Mm.
I mean, not saying Starfinder is unique in this. It's just in fifth edition, it's basically just like, yeah, the skills are kind of used like this, and here's examples. In Starfinder, you go, cool, here's an example, and here's the table of how to do those checks. And oh yes, after this, if you still want to, do whatever the hell you want, you can still do it. But here's our suggested rule of thumb. And so many of those skills, um, specific, like the time, I think 2 pages are spent just on monster and situation identification. In other words, if you run
Mm.
into a bad situation, um, if you as a group realize that everyone has now taken a spot shot and looked at this thing, and there are people
Mm.
have rolled really high, and you still can't really breach more information, um, maybe it's a good time to retreat, because usually, I mean, we have tools available to us to sort of just gather information. That's what a
Mm.
biohacker on my Monday table is, something I like so much, because they get that natural D20, like a set D20 on their identify monster roll. So
Mm.
that's a tool that helps the player and me, because now I can throw strange things at the party, and the party has the in-world tool set to go. We don't know what's going on. Let's play defensively for a round or two. Do things like you actually encourage the party to do, with harrying fire, or just sidestepping or dodging or whatever, and then
Mm.
wait until we just have a bit more information.
Mm.
Um, where I do agree with you. If you suddenly hit a monster and there's an effect that the party didn't know of, or like
Well, I mean,
surprises
it's
them.
it's it's more the issue with ability damage in fifth edition is that it's easy to introduce for the most part. Things like affecting on fantasy grounds, the hardest ability damage to do would be constitution damage, because then you'd have to track how much constitution they like
the
lose,
the
how much
adjusted
health they
health.
lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but luckily, if things are working correctly the way they should be, you can do damage on any of the other stats, easy peasy,
Yeah.
and then all the DCs will just like compensate because the program actively
Oh
checks the
yeah.
DCs. Um, and so doing and creating monsters that do ability damage is easy, and it's super scary because
Yeah, it
I
is.
I really like the concept that essentially if a creature does ability damage, you now suddenly have this very small health pool that could be drained very quickly potentially,
Yeah.
um, and so I really like the idea of potentially dying to ability score damage, but then there needs to be clear cut ways to counteract it for the players. Spells that remove it, spells that protect against it, or abilities that protect against it. More
Mm.
more robust mechanics for reducing and protecting against it. Um, than just like, oh, greater restoration, or if you're kind, lesser restoration, or a long rest.
Yeah.
Just something a little more accessible, because that's what's really like almost unfair to the players to a certain degree, is that when ability score damage is encountered, unless you have greater restoration, which is a fairly high level spell, the only thing that fixes it is the long rest.
Mm.
Unless
No.
unless the monster's stat block and the ability specifically says, oh, it comes back after a minute or what have
Look,
you, which
and
some do.
well, if in most cases just having a long rest will kind of solve it, but
Mm.
what's his face? I do agree. It's a fine line also. The other side of that coin is that if you constantly go out of your way to to make sure the party has what they need, why are they
Mm.
adventurers? You're essentially a player is essentially just they're not using their heads then.
No,
Which
I
is
would. You're right, but it's that's not. I don't mean that they should be spoon fed or in any way handheld. I mean that the rules don't currently exist and you should have them in place if you want to play with ability score damage regularly so
mm,
that if the players go looking for them, they find them.
yeah, I think that that's something that with lower level play, don't do it, or not don't do it, but do it carefully.
Yeah.
Only if you know the party has the correct tools to deal with it. But if a party is a bit higher level and they are quite experienced and they've reached maybe they've got a nice combination of a party, maybe they do have a good healing cleric like we had a Twilight
Mm,
cleric in our longer campaign. Um,
mm,
then you can go, yeah, cool. Um, for a fact, for a absolute fact, the party has the tools,
mm,
and if I throw this at them and they don't solve it, that's on them, not on
mm.
me. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think going out on a limb and changing gears a little bit, I think this is
Mm.
why you and I both like the idea of a wider damage type array. Um,
Yeah. Well, I don't think there needs to be m- that many more damage types. I mean, maybe just one or two. I
mm,
just I have this weird pet peeve of I want the damage types to be more clear cut, less fantasy and a little bit more, I don't know, grounded in realism. Not to say that that would make sense overall. It's
mm.
just I like the lore of damage in D&D to a small degree. In older editions, I don't even remember where I picked this up, but it's not in fifth edition that I'm aware of, specifically stated at any point. But fire damage, cold damage, lightning damage, acid damage, and those three majorly, although technically thunder damage is there somewhere. Don't bring it up. Um, there's an example. Like if it was named sonic damage, you wouldn't associate sonic damage with the elemental plane of air, but you would associate lightning because it's the plane of air. Anyways, the point is summoning creatures, summoning elementals would summon them from those planes. Summoning damage types would draw that energy from that plane. I liked those descriptions. In older editions of D&D, I don't I'm also speaking under correction, but I don't think second edition had negative or it didn't have necrotic and radiant damage, but it did
um,
have positive and negative energy damage.
that sounds vaguely correct. I will have to go check. But I hear what you're
And
saying.
though that's because that energy was also drawn from
From those
a
planes,
plane
yeah.
of negative energy and positive energy. Those planes still exist in the Forgotten Realms setting.
I do have to agree. I kind of like that idea as well. It's it, it's almost I the reason I like it is because for a Western role playing game, which
Mm,
D&D solidly is, for a
mm,
Western role playing game, treating magic almost like old school alchemy, where the argument is that these materials con- are actually contained versions of this element. So if you
mm,
apply mixtures of elements, you coax out a different element. So if you apply
mm.
the element of fire to the element of to earth, which is wood, you get a mixture of an
Magma, what lava,
air,
or whatever. Mm,
or you get smoke, and this is this. It's this very fantastical wizard
mm,
sage like way, and like very
mm,
romantic fantasy way of thinking about the world.
mm.
But yeah, I like the idea of there's these planes of existence and you're just essentially forcing your way through and letting it in. But yeah,
But yeah, that's not to say that the lore aspect has to be in place.
yeah,
But
obviously no.
I want to pose this question to you. What is the difference between radiant damage
Oh, here we
and
go.
fire damage? No, no, you go. Here we go. Like as if this argument
It's not a
is
bad thing.
baseless.
No, it's not baseless. Okay. So what's your
And
question?
if you have never played D&D
Uh-huh.
and someone is explaining damage types to you, and they say there's radiant damage and fire damage,
You just avoid the
what is the
question.
difference?
um, what's his face? Yeah, no, I hear what you say. I mean, the obvious confusion there comes in the moment you talk about what's his face,
Sacred flame.
Sacred Flame, because it's got the word flame in it. Just like chill fucking touch.
Mm.
It's a ranged spell. Anyways, sorry. Um,
That does necrotic damage.
that does the necrotic damage and not cold damage. Okay, so
Mm.
that might just be a naming issue, but yeah, no, I agree with on this level. I agree with you. I mean that I'm not at all. That's why I brought it up because I do agree with
Mm.
you. The
Mm.
status effects and damage types at the very least need to be a bit maybe more broad or just a bit refined.
It's yeah, it's just a naming issue. I have no issue with holy damage or unholy damage. Pathfinder has holy and unholy damage,
Hmm.
but it they existed as positive and negative energy damage, and for some reason they were changed. And I don't know if it was meant to like divorce them from the concept of the planes, but if someone says that you are taking negative energy damage or necrotic damage, or you're taking positive energy damage, yes, it's like, what does that mean? But it's not the same level of what does that mean as, okay, so I can burn it with fire, but I can also burn it with light.
Yeah, but you
I don't
can't.
know. I just prefer the confusion with. I prefer the confusion when a player is like, "What's the difference between positive and negative energy?" To the confusion of what's the difference between radiant and fire damage.
No. Ach, it comes down to for what's his face. Explaining magic to any new player is essentially the way I explain magic simply for every time I
Mm,
need to explain it is, and I haven't had to really actively do this for a while because I've been, thanks to your efforts and many efforts of the people in the club, we've been having a lot of people joining the game in a very constructive way. So I have not
mm,
had to do level zero player teaching as often recently, but
mm,
what I usually do is I would say, like, look, okay, listen, there's this entire chapter in the book, or there are all these rules saying how you can move, how you can shoot, how you can attack, how you can die.
mm.
Each and every spell breaks those rules. These are literally just rules that break the rules. That's all you need to understand about them. The lore behind them is
Yeah,
is
there's
secondary until you get more until you find a way for it to
until
make
yeah,
sense to you.
and unless you want to engage, you don't have to.
That and
I
now,
I prefer teaching spells in terms of the spells themselves are just take each spell by itself, like
mm.
each spell
I
at a
think that's
time.
the reason why, for me at least, I'm not saying for everyone, but I think that's the reason for me at least, and it's true for other people as well. I think why the entire concept of the weave makes so much sense because
Mm,
telling someone this, even in school and on TV, people talk about the fabric of reality. I mean, how often does freaking the Marvel movie complain about people breaking the fabric of reality? Okay, fine. So it's such a sticky idea that
mm,
and it's not new. I mean, the Greeks talked about it that fate and reality exists out of interconnected pieces. Maybe we don't understand them, but they're there. And
mm,
telling a player that, hey, cool. Well, if you cast a spell, you are taking that fabric and you're just putting a wrinkle in it. You're just changing the
mm,
way physics works right now.
mm,
And I mean, the fun thing about that argument is it's so scalable. It's so scalable. That's why
mm,
mythalars make so much sense
mm,
when you start explaining someone to it. It's it's if you give someone a matchbox and they light the match and you say, cool, now it burns. Oh, cool, it burnt your hand, right? Okay, now imagine that, but
mm,
like a million times bigger, and go like, oh yeah, that's dynamite. And then people go, oh,
mm,
and then people go, okay, now, but sometime years ago, someone made a spell that was able to destroy a city. What was that? That was a nuclear bomb. It's
mm.
it's such a easy way of explaining it. But I mean, we've talked about this before in some capacity, and I wouldn't say it's the best way. Oh, no, it's not at all. It's just there are more fun. There are other fun ways to explain magic as well that are nice to connect
I
to
th-
different styles of play or different
the
themes.
lore. when it comes to the game mechanics, is always secondary to some degree.
Yeah, to some
Um,
degree, it helps.
it if you've got a game system and the lore like makes sense for how the mechanics work, then it's great. They're like they complement each other.
Hmm.
But the weave and the way spell slots work aren't. I wouldn't say they're incongruous, but I wouldn't say they're complementary. Spell slots, I think, are the hardest concept to grasp when you're a new player,
Yeah, oddly, yes.
and not so much the spells themselves, because they are self-contained rules. The spells themselves are
Yeah.
self-contained rules that can be, you just read the spell description and then usually it's easy to follow. It's the concept of the actual tracking and casting of them in the class. Like how many spell slots do you have?
Mm.
Why are they spell slots? What's the difference between a cantrip and this one that's costing me a spell slot? And that is what is difficult to grasp as a new player. And this is a complaint people have had about fifth edition's spellcasting system for a long time now already. Is that spell slots are a semi inelegant way
Hmm.
of tracking spells and the casting thereof. But I myself sat and spent a long time trying to create a more granular spellcasting system that isn't the spell point system, the variant spell point system,
Hmm.
because the variant spell point system is kind of cool, but when implemented in fantasy grounds at least, is a nightmare to track because it's essentially you can
Quick,
have like
quick,
over 100 points
quick aside.
when you reach.
How do you spell orrery? Like a
I
stick,
think
like.
it's ORRERY.
Okay, I had thank you. I just had my R and my E swapped around. Anyway, sorry, Candy. Yeah, I mean, your fascination with the spell slot similar some fascination I feel I have with because I'm more martial focused. The
Mm,
same fascination I have with initiative and why it's not as easy to do online, and online you just go with like the digital system because it just makes sense to not fuck with it.
mm,
But
mm.
that's kind of small reason why I'm so excited about the card add-on I got recently.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so everyone that's watching stream right now. Okay, so this is something that's fun about Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds has got the Forge. If you're not aware of the Forge, where have you been and why aren't you on the Forge? So the Forge, Fantasy Grounds.
The Forge.
Oopsie, that's wrong. Fantasy.
In a forge. In a forge. Where a
A
million
mine. They call it a mine. So in Fantasy Grounds,
diamonds
as
shine.
Fancy Grounds, when you go to them as a store, and under the store there is something called the FG Forge, the Fancy Grounds Forge,
Mm,
and this is where this is beautiful because for years people have made mods for Fancy Grounds. This and but if that content creator that made that mod made an update or a correction or a fix, you had to go physically update every mod by hand. Forge solves
mm,
this. Forge adds these mods to your Fancy Grounds account, and when
mm.
your Fancy Grounds updates, it updates
The
your mods.
the the Fantasy Grounds Forge is essentially the equivalent of the Steam Workshop. It's a
Yeah.
mod community, an officially supported mod community.
Yes. Now, anyway, so I got it on the Forge. That's not the point. The point is this: it's a freaking deck box used to tool. I love this deck box thing, and it's free. The guy does make other mods as well. It's called Decked Out by Sagil, Saagael. So right over there on screen. Um, he's amazing. This add-on is so cool. But anyway, now the reason I'm so a little bit excited about it is because I now that this deck thing is available again, I can conceivably do card initiative again, which is one of my
Mm,
favorite variant initiative methods. Um, which it's just fun. It's not, but you need a group that's kind of willing to experiment a bit, and just have a laugh with it. You know, a light-hearted group that also pays attention. But it's a
mm.
fun system because I said that I like that it's hard to get. You know, it's luckily not that hard to get. But yes, um, My point is, I kind of just the way you think about spell systems, I used to and kind of want to again think about initiative systems because, man, initiative can be such a fun change and swap up, and to allow people to be a bit more interactive. I mean, in second edition already, initiative was different. Your
I
initiative originally was, hey, a first time chatter. Yes, that's
Hello.
great for Twilight 2000 Encounter Deck too. The Twilight 2000 Encounter Deck? Okay, this I need to. I'm gonna Google that right now.
Uh,
Right, 2000 Encounter Deck. There's also the decks like the Deck of Many Things and the actual. The other one I'm gonna do over December is I'm actually gonna build in the Taraka card deck from Curse of Strahd into
mm.
into a deck, so we can do card readings like every session basically. Anyways, um, encounter deck. I can't spell. Wow, Twilight. This got its own side. Twilight Encounter. I'm going to store this and read up on this a bit later. Thank you, Proton Straco. But anyway, yeah. So that's the thing. But tell me, if you could change the spell system, right, away from normal spell
Mm.
slots and not
Mm.
spell points, what's your ideal spell system then?
Well, yeah, no, it is spell points. I don't know. I feel it just needs some time in the oven, in a special oven. I don't have that oven. That's the problem.
A special oven. Okay,
Um,
that's oh.
the thing is, what most other RPG systems that aren't based on like fifth edition to some degree, or not fifth edition, but D&D as a whole, that aren't based on the Vancian casting system. That's what spell slots are sometimes referred to as, is the Vancian casting system. Any RPG that doesn't use the Vancian casting system uses a mana pool, which is a pool of points to cast your
Mm.
spells. This is a fairly simple concept that anyone can understand. The more powerful the spell, the more mana points it'll use.
I mean, that's so simple to understand that, I mean, I've been playing Diablo 2 again recently, and I mean, you've got a globe of red and you've got a globe of blue. The blue does the
Yeah,
flashy, the red does the die.
yes.
It's
It's
so
very
simple.
easy to understand, very easy to get people on board, and very easy to then make scalable. The more powerful the spell, the more mana points it uses. Straightforward. You get more mana points as you level up. You get access to spells that cost more mana points as you level up. Very straightforward overall. And it's one pool you track that increases over time. The problem is then going and rebalancing all the spells and the progression of classes so that every class, every spellcasting class specifically or particularly, then gains mana appropriate for that spellcaster, and then is
I don't
able
really,
to,
I don't really know
yeah.
why spellcasting in tabletop games hasn't used mana. There's probably a good reason that because I've never really done
I
any
think
thinking in this direction.
with what I have tinkered with it, I think one of the issues is actually a topic I wanted to discuss when we started bringing up spells and magic. I think it relates to a small degree to the fact that there are several sources of magic in fifth edition and in Pathfinder and in lots of game systems.
True. I mean, Starfinder
There,
just throws the book at you and says, "Cool, this class literally draws their magic from stars."
yeah. So it draws its issues from the fact that the gods can give you magic, although it's then divine casting, or you can draw
That
the
pisses
magic
you off
from
so
the earth,
much.
and then it's I don't yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that yes, I'm salty.
You are salty about it, but carry on. I understand why. I do agree with you, but
Now I'll
carry
go
on.
into more depth. I'm not actually salty about divine casting. It's a long story. I'll go into it, but for now, the problem that we
Jeez.
have is that you
Sorry,
can't.
my orrery just went into warp mode.
uh,
Jeez. What's this in this room? Wait, 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 hang on. Check this out. Check this out. Hang on. Let's put Molo here. Oh shit! I haven't got the grid yet. Sorry. Hang on. I need to do this now. I gotta.
Okay, all right. Well, what I was saying is, um, there's multiple sources of magic, multiple very different sources of magic. And then trying to explain that the mana pool is not like bound to one single source sometimes causes a head scratcher. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be possible to like say, okay, clerics use points, wizards use points. Those points come from different sources. It's finished in claw. It still is a point of contention about magic in RPGs when it comes to Pathfinder and Fifth Edition and offshoots of those games
Mhm.
about what differentiates the spellcasting a wizard can do and a cleric can do. And Pathfinder goes so far to goes so far as to like if you are an arcane caster, as they're called, which is fine, the you get armor penalties if you wear, and this existed in older editions of D&D as well. If you were a spellcaster, you had like spell failure, and the more powerful, like the more metal, I think was one of the reasons given was if the armor has metal in it and stuff. The more metal in your armor, the greater the spell failure.
Which is just to sort of just touch on it again. That's the type of thing I refer to when saying that D&D is a Western game, because that's an old folklore thing from Europe, where
Mm,
where fairy folk were
mm,
allergic or adverse to metal.
yeah.
That's explored in The Long Earth as well by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter,
Mm,
where literally the way to the fairies, they are these creatures that hop dimensions, but iron can't travel these dimensions. That's why they hate it.
mm.
So the way they would capture these creatures, it's really horrible. Is they would take like just a metal spike and just jam it into them. So
Oh,
because then if they try and shift to another dimension, they'll get ripped apart.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the book has some dark concepts in it.
Okay, but no, yeah. I mean, in Pathfinder,
Hmm.
you get spell failure, arcane spell failure, if you try to wear armors. I think that the concept of it being bound to metal has been moved away. It's now bound to just like medium armor of this kind has this much, heavy armor of this kind has this much, yada yada. Um, and you can take feats to overcome this.
Hmm.
If you're a divine caster, you don't have to worry about arcane spell failure. You
Yeah,
can,
because your
if you
god just
have the
does it
armor
for you.
proficiency, yeah, if you have the armor proficiency, you can cast the magic. Um, and that concept could be very easily introduced into one D&D if they stick with their arcane spell list and divine spell lists. I don't I'm not salty about divine casting so much as it further solidifies that there are multiple sources, like wholly unique sources of magic in the game system that you cannot explain with the weave in a neat, like, there is this unique, there is an unseen force that affects the universe, and the limited few that know how to interact with this source have gained magic. You can't do that. It's
Hmm.
like there is a unique force that influences the world, and wizards have studied years to. I pray every day, and I can do things.
I want to quickly show you
It,
this. Check the stream. Oh well. Um. Okay, you're not gonna see this quickly. Uh,
no, I'm not.
I'm gonna just look at this effect. Let me just quickly turn this back on. Molo explores the room. Molo comes
Uh
across the
huh.
room. There's a door.
Yes. Yes.
Molo opens the
Don't open the
door.
door, Milo. Don't
Open the
open the
door.
door.
Open the door.
No,
Blah!
no.
Look at this. Just look at that.
Ah.
Blah!
You can barely even see the original
Yeah,
like
no.
artwork underneath.
It's just a mess. I'm trying to find a good effect here.
If you slow that one down, way down, it might be better.
No, I want something completely
Oh,
different.
okay, fair enough.
But yeah, so yeah, snow. No, I was actually I like water for this type of thing. It's because it like water or night vision.
But yeah, so there's a lot you can discuss when it comes to magic in D&D. Um, which brings us neatly to our next potential topic is, do you think we should introduce a unique, it would have to still like make sense with the rules of fifth edition because we're not going to rewrite an entire rule set, but do you think we should try and introduce a unique magic concept, like our version of the weave, into our world if we create one?
Oh, I hear what you say. Sorry, I was wondering where you were going with that for a moment. Just gonna get droplets going. Yeah, that's not bad. Just want this thing to wobble a bit. There we go. Whoa.
Very blue.
Yes. And then I just need to introduce. Yeah, I don't want to introduce too many lights, but yeah. So that's. Yeah, that blue is a bit intense, but it's fine. Close that door.
Just walk away.
Yes, I'm essentially working on Cobalt Quest 2, so
Ah,
um,
nice.
yeah, it's to be introduced soon.
I will
Um,
bring my bucket with me.
you bring your
Bucket
bucket.
bold.
Bucket bold. um, that question requires me to get a quick, just a quick drink.
Okay, fair
I'll
enough.
be right back. Let me just put
Right.
everyone on this room so they can admire the cobalt. Be right back.
I've asked such a hard question. He had to go and get alcohol. But yes, for those of you who are listening and who are fairly new to us as a whole, we run a guild where we run D&D, mostly D&D 5th edition, although all game systems are welcome. Um, and we're looking to create our very own like campaign setting, our own fictional world for the guild that we can then have our guild members run around in. When I say guild, I mean club. We're running a game club. But this idea is sort of partially inspired by Dominic's desire to run West Marches style games. And I also think that it would be very interesting to run West Marches style games. But I'm really keen for our club to have its own game world. Something that doesn't have the extremely messy lore of Forgotten Realms, and that is, uniquely ours, that we don't have to comply with the world lore of any other setting. We can make it as complex or as simple as we desire. And I'm very keen to see where this line of thinking takes us. But yes, creating a world isn't, if we want to make it like a very accessible but semi still unique and detailed world, there's some good thinking that'll have to go on, some very good thinking. Because anyone can create a fictional world, and a lot of creators, um, World of Farland is one I imagine the work involved in is huge, years in the making. You see, yeah, that sort of thing would probably overshadow anything we create, at least in the short term. But it's not impossible that if this guild survives, that one day new guild members will be like, "Oh wow, you guys have a whole world all for yourselves. that's like one of the coolest things I hope to achieve is that one day we have this established world law and that new people will be joining will be going, I've heard about your game world, I can't wait to have adventures inside it.
There was a I'm back by the way. Sorry. That's
Welcome
a.
back.
I'll thank you by the way, potent Draco. I've been adding these things to my yooks. What you're typing, I'm adding to my history so I can go look it up after the stream. Um, I remember back in 2019, before the world pepperoni, there was
Mm-hmm.
I actually tried to learn fourth edition from scratch. And like, ooh, why is the stream stopped?
I don't know.
There was a network error. Please try again.
Uh, we're professionals.
Is it back? I think it's back. Let's quickly check. Test one, two, test one, two. Yeah, we're back. Okay, sorry. Apologies for that. Um, where was I? Oh, I.
Yes.
Long story short, there's this score. There's this. It's probably not the only one, but there's this Roll20 community that basically, man alone, this community was running a shared West Marches style game, but for fourth edition, purely on Roll20.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm.
To on board with them is like signing a goddamn contract with a company. It's nuts.
Mm.
There's like it's I think it's a 3 or 4 thick PDF like dense. It's just of how items work, how adventures work, how to book, what you can do, what's the source material you may use, and stuff like that. And
Mm-mm-mm.
then obviously the code of conduct and all of that. It was very very dense. It's the type of
Mm-mm.
thing where you kind of need to know someone on the inside to really help onboard you, or you just
Mm.
need to beat your head against the wall to get away in. But they when I joined, when I tried to join and like, well, it's not like they showed me away. They invited me in and I created my first character, but you just never got around to playing. Um,
Mm.
they had on their form, on their collective like chat, they did note that oh yeah, that the sun never sets on this world, on this empire we've built, because they had players
Oh.
in every time zone.
Oh.
It's kind of like it's almost,
Oh. Oh, cool.
so I mean they had people in every physical time zone. So
Mm.
so their item trading and their games never really stopped, which is
Mm.
kind of cool, you know.
But yeah, something like that. Like, I hope that one day we'll be able to say that, like, oh, yes, the great chasm of 92 or whatever,
2092,
in
you mean?
game, yeah, whatever, the great chasm of 2020 of 22. Um, the and then whenever someone asks, it's like, oh, there was a bunch of players who were meant to like prevent this massive earthquake.
Hmm.
They didn't quite succeed.
I mean,
Now there's a rift that's
look,
just part of the world law.
look, I get exactly where you're coming from. I mean, in this notion, this need to build something collaborative is amazingly fun. I personally, like it a lot. This is kind of the why it's a lot of work setting up something like this and actually putting in effort to keep it alive. Because unlike reality, this thing needs a beating heart, and someone needs to actively, constantly provide it with content. Um,
Mm,
but this is the reason why I advocate so much for playing pre-written adventures. I mean,
mm,
I also run homebrews, but I feel all DMs should at least dabble in some pre-written adventures, like once a year or a few times every now and then. Reason being is that, for lack of any better description, if it's pre-written and it was published and it had some marketing behind it from the company that created the game and stuff like that, then people go out into the world and have shared stories. I mean,
mm,
I'm not a grognard. Well, not really. I've been doing this for 11 years now, but um, the from the third edition generation onward, everyone
mm,
has got a story of the Sunlit Citadel somewhere.
mm.
It's like with second edition and original D&D, where it was, I think, um, Gygax's what was that town, that starter town, and it was something about a frog statue, of Temple of the Frog or something like that. which a lot of people had like fond memories of because it was just how they
Mm.
got introduced to it. Um, Starter campaigns like Lost Mines of Phandelver is just so everywhere that um,
Mm.
you mentioned Phandelver, and so many people have different stories about it, and having gone to the same place, um, which is kind of cool. It's fun to have that shared experience, even though you weren't. It was the outcomes were different.
Mm. Mm.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just nice.
No, yeah, I really do look forward to trying to craft our own world. How successful it will remain to be seen, but
I
that
do
does still.
agree.
Mm,
I do
yes.
agree with your sentiment that we've just talked about this off stream, obviously, as well a bit, but I do agree with the sentiment that essentially, for this to be effective, it needs a good core map, like a very visual, very enticing
Yes.
core
I'm
core
very
thing.
excited to try and create a map for our game world.
Reason, I
I've
mean,
I've wanted to create a map of my own world for basically since I started playing D&D, which is now close to 3 years, so not that long, but basically, I've actually wanted a map of a fantasy world that I created long before that, but that was mostly just because it was a neat idea. Now it has tangible value. Now I can say that we need the map for lore reasons.
for lore reasons. Oh dear lord.
But yeah, I
Um,
really, really hope that it'll be a fun process, even if it never fully realizes. I hope we
I'm
have
into
fun
that. Yeah, I'm into that.
in into trying
Absolutely.
to do it.
Because the thing is, it's always been fun for me to do it. I've done a similar exercise at least twice before now, but with other people in the community and that and so forth. But um, you know, at this point, even if it fails, I do agree with you. This time around, even if it fails, the process for us, the people creating the world, needs to
Mm,
be a joyful process. It needs to be,
mm,
and the moment something isn't fun, we drop it. I don't care if it
mm.
is the better rule. I don't care if it is the more important thing. I just needs to be. It needs to be something that we get up in the morning and go like, man, today's gonna suck at work, but tonight I'm spending time building this corner of a
Yeah.
continent with my friend.
Yep. Yes.
That's what
Very
it needs
that.
to be. And because even if then it fails, we had fun. And but
Yes.
if it has any semblance of success, any semblance of a little bit of hey, cool, people are actually interested. Our small community of 40 players, which it now is, enjoys
Mm,
it, and it's like, hey, man, at least we're excited about it. So it's gonna be exciting talking about it, and that
mm,
excitement, that type of excitement bleeds over. That's the type of stuff that people
mm.
pick up on, and that's the type of thing that gets people to play. And
Yeah. No. Very excited.
can I bring Cobbled Quest to the new world? Mm. Mm. But yeah, so it's kind of cool.
One
Uh,
good thing of not 100% realized, get the support and definition in place, but leave enough of the world open to allow customization by anyone. I agree there. I agree there. Um, I really do want a world that there is enough established lore that it feels like, oh, this was thought out, but there's enough vague and blankness that if a DM goes, oh, oh no, the story here is this, then it's not going to be a massive like train wreck.
Yeah,
Um,
something that I talked to Dylan about earlier. Yeah, something I talked about Dylan when we started spitballing this idea, like a lot. And this has been really dominating our discussions because we're both obviously excited about it. Is that based on my previous experiences with trying to do something like this, um, it, you need GM, and you need the game master buy-in to make it work in any
mm,
form. You can't do
mm,
this with other GMs.
mm,
So my argument was to I have no idea what it would look like, but yes, essentially creating it in such a way which will allow the GM to go, hey, cool, um, I am going to make these decisions, and they're fact now, even though that's not the way the other GM plays. Um,
mm.
kind of allowing that carte blanche to happen, but then instead of us creating hard rules and saying this is how the world works and this is how
Mm,
you will tell the story, in which case they've got no reason to really help out and build a story.
mm.
Give them the carte blanche and rather just have friendly but robust systems for reporting what you did,
Yeah,
so that we
and
are
that
all on the
then we
same page.
yeah, yeah, and then we slowly build the world together.
Mm.
I do want to. Nah, it's fine.
Something
Um,
that I think will so the current way I want to approach it is
mm,
essentially um, almost basically just have the GMs have a few like very simple rules that the GMs are encouraged to follow, and if they don't, it's not the
mm,
big train smash. But and then have really nice and really nice reporting tools. And then if you don't
yes,
report what you did, that's not in the world.
yes,
And then
yes.
once a month when I sit down and do budget, right? Big for the club, and I do budget, and I see, okay, cool, we need to pay website hosting, or we need to pay out this to the GMs, and stuff like that. I do the budget. Then you, as lore keeper, which is your actual title, sits down and
Yes.
just writes the current version of the story. You know what happened this month.
Mm.
That's kind of what I'm mechanically envisioning this to be. How we get there, however, needs to be so much fun. I
Yeah,
can't.
no,
We're having this
it
meeting on
needs to.
Sunday as well, so I'm really looking forward to
Yes,
that.
yes. But that does bring me back to my question.
Oh no.
Should we have should we have
Oh
a
yeah, yeah.
unique like magic system? Obviously, I don't mean system as in rewriting fifth edition's mechanics, just should we have our own version of the weave?
It's just me always. No, it's not just me. Sugar-free Coke
Mm.
is sweeter than Coke right now because it uses not some sort of artificial thing.
I've never really liked the flavor of artificial sweeteners.
It's growing on me, but a lot of things are growing on me ever since I hit 30. Anyway, so take that any way which way you want. Uh, where was I? Magic systems. I don't know. Um yeah, you say not like it's
Essentially
still spell
it would
slots.
still, yeah, it essentially it'll come down to just, are we going to give it a name? Is there
Maybe
going to be a god in charge of it?
I
That sort
like
of
that.
thing.
I like the idea of, for simplicity's sake, not messing with spell slots. You know, leave that as is. So the
Yeah,
core
yes,
rules
yes,
are
yes.
core
No,
rules.
that definitely
But
not.
what I do like is what I do would like is to sit down with you guys and create a reason why magic came. So if we actually make an argument that magic has always been there, and then the world came to be, or the world was normal physics, and then magic
Mm,
started existing, whatever. And
mm,
almost like the explanation in Starfinder, where Triune is this literal three machine, the god of machines, god of androids, and god of information, or something like that. That or something that merged and created the dimension. And now
mm.
it's now people can draw power from it, and they can travel through it, and it's this entire thing. But it's there's a good description for it. The reason I say that is if we've got that description nicely, if we've got our reason for magic existing in our world nicely
Yeah,
codified, um,
yeah,
spell slots and stuff goes on as normal. But
yeah.
if something happens, for example, if we say this month, there's stupid example. This month there is this fire elemental that has broken through from the element, the you know the elemental, the plane of fire. You know the
Mm,
plane. This positive plane. It's a positive aligned plane, and it's a plane of fire. So for this month,
mm,
all fire magic does double damage, but all water magic does half damage. But then we've
mm.
got a lore reason for pulling those levers, which is
Yeah.
something that'll be fun. That at least that's the way I would approach it. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
It definitely does, because you introduce the concept of planes. That is something that I I toy around with a lot when I try and explain a multiverse of worlds, and the concept of, if you are on Toril in the Forgotten Realms or in realm space, you could potentially travel to Ravnica or Theros or Wildmount, because those are other planes somewhere out there, other dimensions. And that introduces a lore conundrum sometimes, because like I don't know about Theros and Ravnica, but Eberron and technically Wild or Exandria technically all have planes the way the Forgotten Realms have planes.
Mm.
Now, Eberron uses the world axis system. So instead, and Forgotten Realms uses the Great Wheel, cosmology, as it's called. So Eberron's like planes of energy circle it like the prime material. The center plane is the nucleus of an atom, and the other planes are the electrons. So the planes of fire, water, earth, air, the Shadowfell, the Feywild are these circling planes that, like, their orbits can actually affect if they come in close contact. Then portals to that plane open up and stuff like that. That's really cool. With Forgotten Realms, it's a great wheel. They're sort of set in a semi-permanent position, but the wheel sort of dictates alignment. So if you move towards the
Okay,
positive
so
energy plane, you move towards the planes of good, and if you move towards the negative energy plane, you move towards the planes of evil. And then
so
on
to give a more
and then
visual,
east and west is lawful, and
to give
yeah,
the
like
you guys an
yeah,
example of what Dylan's talking about, this is the planar system from fifth edition.
yes.
I'm putting it on screen. There's all these. There's the material plane, which is explained as essentially this slither, this disc of reality. It's not saying
I
that
like to look at it as the Goldilocks of planes. The
mm,
way our planet is
it's
in the Goldilocks zone for planets,
it's
it
like when
is in the Goldilocks zone for planes. It is at the center of the alignments, so that anyone who lives there is free to express their ideals however they want. Because in the lore of D&D, moving to any of the other planes literally causes you to start thinking differently. It forces your alignments to shift.
and one of the more famous ones is Mechanus, where if you spend every 24 hours you spend there, you have to make a save, and if you fail the save, your alignment and your mindset changes to lawful neutral.
Yes.
So absolute balance
Order.
becomes your
Yeah.
absolute balance and order, where limbo is absolute chaos. Neutrally, it's not
Mm.
good or evil; it's just absolute chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously all the others, and then there's all the positive and negative planes and all of them. And
But
Hades and
yeah,
Elysium are
so
always at
so
conflict.
to so to bring it back round, a lot of the worlds in fifth edition, Exandria and Eberron, do use the planar system. Um, and I would like to use the planar system. It makes other lore elements very convenient, because then if the players ask, where do the devils and demons come from, you can tell them, oh, they come from these planes. Where do the Fae come from? They come from the Feywild, and so on and so forth. Um, and then I like that if we have that planar system set up to be similar to the Forgotten Realms, we can then create a magic concept that is the same, or well, not the same, but similar to Forgotten Realms. But what I really, really want to do for our world is divorce the concept of the magic in the world being tied to a specific entity. It needs to be devoid of a specific entity, because a lot of
You mean like pulling
lore,
pulling magic from like a god or something?
yes.
Yeah, but unfortunately the something that okay, so something that I would actually like to understand a bit better is
Mm,
the very nebulous concept of how warlocks just get power from their sugar daddies, because that
mm.
never makes sense to me.
All right. Well, I mean, you could apply that same question to
Clerics,
clerics.
no, I understand, but
Mm,
in a
okay.
cleric sense, it makes a bit more sense. It's almost like where for me at least, it makes a bit more sense. It's this established
Yes.
god, and they've got worshippers, and
Yes.
there's ample flow of power into this entity, so it makes sense
Yes.
that they can have power flow out. Whereas
Yes.
essentially a warlock is someone serving a god with one disciple. you know, that's what it feels like.
Yes and no. It is actually, you're not wrong. I don't think that that's an incorrect analogy. It's
They're
just an
just they're
incomplete
just
analogy.
very crappy clerics in my eyes.
Well, I mean, mechanically speaking, I disagree, but lore wise, you could argue
No,
that
no.
they're crappy
Lore
clerics.
wise, I mean, mechanically they're very
Yes,
different.
yes, no, I definitely I can see your point there. Lore wise, a warlock could definitely be seen as like the inferior version of a cleric, but it's also a concept of the nice the nice aspects of the warlock lore is that it doesn't have to, it's not born of devotion. A warlock could get its power forced upon them. If, for say, you are a simple farmer um, in a simple village living your life, and for some reason, an outcast uh, demonologist has set up a
Ah,
hut on the border of town.
streamers cocked again. Sorry,
Oh
I
no.
see something.
But I'm going to carry on with my story for now.
Carry on. Yeah.
Say, and this person tries to summon a demon, and their summoning goes wrong, and it rampages and like causes havoc in the town. But it only has a short amount of time on the material plane before it's going to get zapped back to its plane. So, in its last final moments, it latches on to a mortal and thrusts power upon them. And this is how it tries to maintain a grasp on the material plane. This mortal is now has this fiendish patron or demonic, if you wish,
Okay.
maybe not voluntarily, but maybe they still like the power that they get.
Mm-hmm.
And that is sort of like what the demon or devil bargains on is okay, I've given this creature power. Let's hope that it wants to keep that power and therefore keep me around. And that dynamic of essentially bargaining, the warlock class, in my opinion, is very much the the true essence of what a devil's contract is to some degree. Is it, you could see warlocks as lesser or like worshippers of minor deities,
I think
or you
I
could
think
see them or you could see them as people seeking desperate power from equally desperate but powerful entities.
Yeah, I get that. What is I'm not I just mean that if you've got the issue that if you've got the issue that divine magic should just be arcane magic, then well not the issue but the thought um warlocks really aren't any different. For me, it just a little bit feels like it it's exactly the same thing. It's just slightly remixed, and again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way I see it. Um, I do like the dynamic where with warlocks that the idea is that you're not you're not just sort of like you didn't choose the religion and it's something you follow or whatever. It's not like that, and it's not a paladin where you've just made an oath and your god smiles on you and gives you some boons, which is essentially what that is. Um, it's more a case of this powerful entity, and it wants you to do things for it. There's specific goals
Yes.
it needs to reach. It's essentially a god, but it's got an actual timetable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You could. I love the warlock dynamic personally of the warlock and the patron. There are so many things you can do with it that allow you to make a story move forward because a warlock patron usually has agendas and goals. And when a player is a warlock, you can lean on those goals and agendas to make that warlock move essentially in the story. That is one of the easiest ways for a DM, for me at least, to get a player motivated. Oh, your warlock wants you to do this. And I kind of wish it were that easy with clerics, but for some reason, clerics don't feel the same. Clerics feel like, you know, I don't know. I want that same sort of like. I suppose it just comes down to then I must just implement it. But I want clerics to have that same sort of like dread of, oh no, if I don't do my god's bidding, I won't have power anymore.
I mean, that's kind of why I've told you about this before. But one of my first games I ever played is back in third edition. Um, uh, uh, we just loved. We just basically riffed on the story and said, oh well, this guy in the party is this fallen god, but he doesn't really know it. But he's got by birthright access to this power, and there's one cleric in the party is the last of his disciples. But the god doesn't know he's a god, and the cleric doesn't know his god doesn't really exist anymore. So he doesn't really know where his powers come from. So
Hmm.
as every time the wizard in the party, which is this old fallen god, would be unconscious or asleep, the cleric's powers would just either not work or be diminished. And it was never. I love that sort of a. That's almost more a warlock situation where your powers suddenly become unreliable because your god isn't a constant. Your god is capricious.
Yes.
And I do agree that having that as a sort of a mechanic is kind of cool.
Hmm. Because I I have I don't know. Clerics in D&D feel so powerful because sure they don't have the same spell list as wizards,
You know what? You know what's the
but
reason?
they get an equal, if not greater, number of spells because they just know all their spells. They can prepare them when they rest.
True, but
Yeah, sure, wizards can do, but anyway. But then they can also be proficient in armor and weapons.
yeah, I mean that's true. The thing for me though is, and this is something that I'm not saying it will solve it, right? But one
Mm,
of the things that I think one of the things that I think that sort of allow that a lot of people just don't do with clerics because a lot of especially in one shots you're not gonna mess with this in a one shot and but cleric can just be a
mm,
cleric and yes number wise they're very powerful, but I think one of the reasons why a cleric should be the way a cleric balances out is their moral compass. If
mm,
the fun thing about not fun but more open thing about pure academic magic is there's it's technically not really bound to a moral system. But
mm,
if you're talking about but if your magic isn't coming from study, it's coming from an entity, and you do things that entity doesn't like, that entity should have a mechanic or a system available. It should, for me at least, should have a system available of to essentially say, you know what, you've not been doing your prayers at night as frequently as you should have. I'm not gonna
mm.
allow you to cast this healing spell because this is
Yeah.
because I think you need to be taught a lesson, and then
Yeah,
that needs
an
to be
element of subservience and devotion that
exactly.
when the few times, well, not few, but actually no, every time I've played a cleric, I have hammed up to some degrees. In Gorgonzola's case, one of my
Yeah, your
PCs,
service.
I have hammed up the fact that I am devoted to a being,
Mm.
and I will bring that up in my role play often because that is the dynamic of a cleric. It is someone wholly devoted to a higher power, because that is the only way conceivably that a higher power would just grant them magic the way they do, is because that this person is devoted to me. Yes, you get my power. Without that devotion, almost obsession, clerics are just OP in a law concept. Like if you don't have to show devotion, if you don't have to show
And if you can
subservience,
still,
and you
if
get
you
those powers,
look, you can't
you
be
are you are you are you are anyone in any game world. If
the
you don't
party.
have to have that dynamic, can just you know
yeah, it's
Be a
it.
cleric.
That really much. But hang on, there's like a freaking massive bug flying around my room. Is that a? Where are you now?
I know, it's moved.
It's a sprint gun.
Dun dun dun.
The most dangerous is the spider. The most dangerous spider is the one you've lost sight of.
Yep.
Anyways, don't worry. Where's that freaking huntsman? He can get it. Come here. No, that thing can. It's like the other evening I walk into the bathroom and it's just like Zelda was like, "Hey, there's the spider. Please remove it." It's like, what spider are you talking about? Walk around the corner and there's like a Clearasil bottle, like a face wash bottle, and
Uh huh.
um the ownership of that bottle had shifted from us to to something else, which was now sitting on top of
Listen,
it.
listen. Spider acne is worse than regular acne.
Yeah, let's just say that
When
we
you have
once.
8 legs and 8 eyes, you don't get pimples in ones and twos.
Oh, that hurt. Oh God, I've got a headache. But yeah, so yeah, oh goodness, shush, hey. Guinea
All the
pigs are
guinea
really,
pigs
yeah, they're really excited when I start laughing and talking.
laughing. I see.
Um, where was I? Oh, there it is. Good lord. Okay.
Oh,
Jesus.
you were talking about
Sorry.
clerics.
The multi
Hmm.
wipes are now owned by something. Hang on.
Oh no.
Sorted. Sorry.
Listen, when you're a grasshopper needing to wipe, regular
Oh,
wipes just don't cut it.
I need to make this thing into giant. Drop its hit points to bring this up to.
There's no giant size. It's large, huge, gargantuan. So do you want to turn it from a large into a huge creature?
Let's try huge. Should be it. Let's quickly see. Drop this too far. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. Good. Uh, basically, yeah, I'm just quickly trying to do a custom monster here for the same reason I did the other monster differently.
No
Uh,
worries. But yeah, so there's a lot to think about when it comes to creating a game world that's compatible with fifth edition. Um, and I look forward to it because I've been thinking about this for a while now. In case the notes I brought you the other day aren't obvious,
yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes absolute change. So large is that this thing didn't go with the huge. Why did it not go with the huge?
did you remove it from the combat tracker and put it back in the combat tracker?
It's not on the combat tracker right now. So just quickly.
Oh, it says huge.
This
Are you sure
just
it's not been made huge?
counter two. I just need to give it a name code. Then there's still the encounter stepper.
Oh,
That's why I'm not too worried about if it's not breaking or working correctly. Encounters, encounter two. Just pop that there for now, and then clicky click, and then add. There we go. Yeah, no, it's sizing correctly. Don't worry. Here we
okay, cool.
go. Drop the armor class by a point and increase the health by a little bit. So yeah, there we go. It's my dungeon hoover.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Gelatinous cubes.
Oh, I'm not gonna do the rest of this specifically on stream. So
Fair enough.
yeah, because there's a lot of like planning I want to do about this tomorrow. Let's quickly go to my desktop. Tell you what, let's take a breather and swap over to a little bit of Orcs Must Die too, if you want to.
Nah, that's fine by me.
Orcs Must Die. The Matua Dua. I was quickly going to transition to Voice of Hold. Stand by, everyone. But yeah,
But yeah,
it's
so
I'm looking forward to working on it and just having fun of it and
mm,
drawing a map and just figuring things out and
mm,
figuring out how to. Despite where the story goes, I think that if we enjoy bringing the story up to a point, You know,
Hmm.
saying that cool, whatever you do, this is where your story now starts. So you can run anything in this world, but this is where your
Hmm.
story needs to start. That could be fun, you know,
Yeah.
and then we have fun creating that, and then essentially we just take that process and invite other people to play along with us with actual games.
Hmm.
Um, and we collate those games in our reporting system, which we
Yes.
do have already. I mean, so it's not nothing new. Okay, dokels. Transition back. I think main, main transition.
I am
Okay,
busy connecting. I have connected.
awesome. Okay, cool. I just need to quickly pop back to here.
I'll be right back. I'm also just going to go to the lavatory quickly.
No worries. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. My gear. I need to. I've got 8 skulls. Is this all my skulls, or did I? This isn't all my skulls. This is definitely not all my skulls. Hmm. Do I have my barricades upgraded? Yes, yes, I have, and they're fully upgraded. That means anything I can get now is extra. Let's have a look. Don't I have access to... Oh, there's push traps. Push traps. They're very nice. Coin forge isn't bad. I do have the crossbow. Maybe... Oh, since the crossbow is such a useful tool, I'm gonna upgrade that a little bit. Oh, that's a lot. It sucks that I can't undo a little bit of this. I just want to check real quick the sound. Just gonna bring down the game sound a little bit more. Here we go. Bah, jeez. Freaking little bug. Anyway. Yeah, I think I need to get back all my skulls. Go from there. Refund skulls. Yes, refund skulls. Then go to weapons. Vampiric gauntlets. Nope, 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 nope. Here we go. And at least I can hear Dylan. Oh, yes, I just need to save my fancy ground settings before I continue playing, before I lose my stuff. There we go. And have my chat open on the left-hand side. Okay, so Wind Belt is kind of cool. Blade Staff is useful. Blade Staff is kind of useful. Blunderbuss costs nothing, and I've got it already. So maybe I should just upgrade this a few times and just keep
Okay.
with that and then upgrade the specific things.
I'm ready.
I'm just quickly
I can also
upgrading my
upgrade things.
attack
Boulder
sometimes causes
shoot.
targets to. No, I can't just spam upgrade that. Refund skulls. Okay, so 48. I need my gear. Okay, so what do I have? There's a trap we have now. The boulder shoot. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
The haymaker.
I,
Something that I've got available as well now. I can
yeah.
buy it. Is the pusher trap. Healing well. Blades on the
A
wall.
healing well.
Basically, you stand next to it and you heal. Swinging mace is kind of fun. Steam trap is interesting. Wall blades are useful, but I like the buzzsaw blades a bit more. The grinder.
I know that app. Oh, you meant the trap. Never mind. Although then again, you can find traps on Grinder too.
Took me half a second longer than I thought it would. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade my barricades and do that again. Barricade self-repair, short have to take a damage. So do that. Buy unique upgrade. Only one unique. Okay, cool. So right, my barricades are max level. So then what I'm gonna get alongside that is I kind of want to get a brimstone because it's cool.
Excuse me.
Maybe paladins, but paladins draw so much negative attention and then they attack the barricades. What are you going for?
Paladins. Always drawing negative attention.
It's kind of what I do. What about... I need a better weapon, so let's go there next. Dwarven hammer is kind of cool. Vampire cortex, ring of lightning. Cast lightning that enemy's secondary damage. Oh, interesting.
Oh, yes, I
Trinkets.
bought the Ring of Lightning. I had the Vampire Gauntlets. Let me try the Ring of Lightning this time around.
Angling active healing. Passive heal rate increased. That's not a bad idea.
No, Dom. The
What?
Stone Staff is part of a DLC. We need the Family Ties booster pack to get the Stone Staff.
Oh, yeah, that's amazingly useful for flyers.
Yeah, but it's
Scavenger
behind a
card,
pay gate.
purchase. Drops and orcs and kobolds. Oh, nice. Gonna get that. Gonna get this. Yeah. My job is to build barricades. That's what I'm here to do.
Alrighty,
It
I've
is one of
prioritized
those.
damaging traps.
I found a creature that flew around the room. It's probably gonna fly again. It's a mole cricket.
Oh,
Probably came out
those
here
are
to do.
so ugly.
They're ugly. They're like what's that bug thing in Baldur's Gate as well?
Ooh, Ankegs.
Ankegs. Yeah, it's like an ankeg.
Ankegs are more mantis-like, but fair enough.
Well, have you looked at the mole cricket before? Anyways, no, I agree. Right, sweet. Okay, we are going to Seventh Entrance. This is our next. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready. Click on the ready button.
Cool. I'm going to try to trinket to get more money per round. So
They look more like Umber Hulks, if you ask me.
oh
He
dear.
grabbed my crossbow and blade staff and left me there, lingering at the edge of consciousness.
It's got a cutscene.
I could have sworn.
Yes, me too.
Giggle.
Oh,
This is the wizard, yo.
is he
When I felt the
he
magic die, I knew what he'd done. He'd saved the world, but he hadn't understood the cost. Droughts, starvation, misery just as bad as the orc mobs had inflicted. I was still the oldest living war mage. With the last of my power, I could open one small, weak rift. She was flawed, I knew that. But together, my two ex-apprentices had the potential to be something more.
Oh, I think this is the actual start of the game.
Oh, okay. You're a pumpkin person now.
Yeah, it's one of my skins I got. I finished the game
Oh.
previously.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Anyway, it doesn't cost any skulls to activate, so. I've got this trinket I'm going to use, which is to increase coinage.
Where is this rift? Where are they coming from?
Hmm.
Oh yes, I need to choose defenses before I put anything down. What do I want? Do we want the auto ballista? They're expensive.
We'll figure it out. I think I can go without them for now. I've got the barricades. I'm going to get myself just some passive healing just in case because I'm going to be running around. And then floor trap. What's cheap? Cheap thing is the floor trap with the spikes. They're not interesting. They're not fun. I like the fling trap. There we go. Okay, cool. I am ready. I've got my halberd, I've got my shotgun, and I've got the cheap barricades. Right. What are we...
Right.
They are going to be No. Are they going to be flyers? I can't think they're Where are they going to? This is what I want to know.
Yeah.
It all the way around and then... Oh, this is a much more defensible level.
Alrighty. I've decided I'm going with the ring. Let me just see how it works.
Where the hell are they
Oh,
supposed to go into?
okay.
Into here?
Oh yeah, I'll create a storm cloud. Okay, right.
Oh, no, they're gonna run all the way around. And they're... Oh, there's the rift. Ah, we're back to them getting to a rift. Okay, so we need to stop them from getting to the rift.
Oh, they break through a door and into a rift.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Oh,
the
this
other
is
way.
so much closer to the third game now.
Oh shit.
With
Oh
the
shit.
nice buildings and stuff. Oh no, did you just unleash the horde? Oh wait, no.
No. No, dude, I just
What
died
happened?
and the music started.
Oh.
That's all that
Oh.
happened. No stress. Everything's
Okay.
fine. Okay, our bottleneck will have to be somewhere closer to the actual rift because, you know, we're going to have another door opening soon.
Alrighty.
So I'm going to start closer to the rift and build my barricades there.
Oh yes.
So maybe start here.
No, we only have one door, but I mean, yeah,
There's a 2 doors.
but there's 2 pathways. Is there
Yep.
2 doors?
There's 2 doors and 1 pathway.
Oh, okay.
I think start here.
Oh yes, there's an upstairs. Wait, no. Oh yes, here's the, whoa, it's way on the other side of the map. They're gonna have to travel for a long ways before they get to the rift. Yeah, and then they come through here, and then they will all have to pass through here. So if we trap this area, it'll be fairly defensible, yes.
Why can't I build one here? Now I can't build one here. Does it absolutely block this thing? Huh.
It looks like it's placeable to me. I don't know if I'm seeing it differently to you.
You see that I can't place. I wonder why. Yeah, now I can't place one here. Odd. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. This is not the best place to... This is... I wouldn't barricade this that much. Maybe just...
Yeah, I think this is. I think they're all gonna come through here, so trapping this area is probably better.
Yeah, trapping it is better. And then down here I'll do some barricades just to start sorting them out and filtering them into a passage. Dum dum.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. I can't do it that way. I'll do it this way then. No! Oi, sell. Huh. Yeah, I'm out of money.
Yeah, we don't have a lot to start with.
Fair enough. I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's see what we're facing. Ooh, kobolds.
Kobolds.
Oh, and we've got some, what's his face, hyenas? What are the gnolls? Ghouls.
Gnolls, yes. Oh, lots of kobolds.
Yeah, it's like
Wait,
the first
come back here.
wave of them.
Wait. Oh, this thing uses way too much mana.
Do you have the mana trinket? The next door is gonna open.
I do, but like, thank goodness, because I wouldn't be able to use this thing if I didn't. Way too much mana to use this. Oh no. It's good because it like does an AoE, but it's
What item is
expensive
it?
to cast.
Oh, the lightning gauntlet.
The lightning ring, yeah.
Nice.
I've been poisoned.
The poison, it comes for us all. And like a blam! Coins. Coins! Yes.
Ow, ow, I'm dying.
Melee attacks. Yes. Eat Halbert. Oh, I'm dying. Boop. 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 Hey, wait, is this guy dead? No, he's not dead. Kablam. Kablam. There we go. I'm a wizard and a kablam. Okay, I'm gonna block off some shit here, because fuck
Okey-doke.
these guys.
Oh no. Not so soon. I'm not ready. I'm
We've got Knowles.
indecent.
I'm indecent! Don't what? Look at me! Yo, but your mana pool is massive, man.
Yeah, because I have the mana trinket, it passively increases the mana. So that's good, but goodness. It's still yeah. It uses up my mana in like 5 shots or something. And then it regenerates way too slowly.
Whoa.
Bomber.
It's bombers, yeah.
Luckily,
Got him.
dude, I
got
don't
him.
have enough mana.
Got him. Got him.
Your pumpkin mask, every time I see it, I think it's a knoll.
Oh, I'm
Got the same color scheme.
Okay, there's only a few left. I'm gonna quickly prepare to sell some stuff. Come on, kill it, kill it.
I'm as soon as I have enough mana.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
There we go.
so I think we had this a bit wrong. If I do this here
Yes.
and force them to come around.
Coin.
Um,
Money. Yes. Yes. Oh. We can see something on the other side of the doors this time.
Okay, cool. So they're all gonna come downstairs and come around. So I was thinking
Okay.
maybe.
This over here is still an easier choke point because it's so narrow.
No, yes, but everything coming from down from all the way over here, right? Needs to now all go all the way downstairs to here, and then run across. Meaning that why are those? Oh, there, yeah. Meaning that this downstairs area here, where I'm running up and down now, we can trap the cock out of these walls. So over here, I can do this, and now you can trap these walls. Here's a nice funnel.
Yes, I see. Okay, alright. Alrighty.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... yeah, screw that. That makes sense. I'm going to just sell one of the ones back here.
Let's try this out then and see how this works. See what we can achieve. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom.
That sounds like a Doom intro.
I mean, I'm saying doom, so doom, 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 doom.
Can put another one here. Where I'm now, against this wall.
Yes, yes.
So if you get something against this wall over here, because then everything coming out of this gate is just like bottlenecked into this freaking hole. And this is a nice choke point. What are these? What's this?
Wall scorchers. Or scorchers.
Oh, they're a bit bigger than they are in the other game.
Now I don't need... I can use these.
Right, I'm ready.
That's a little cheaper.
A little cheaper, a little wiser, a little more broken inside.
Okay.
I've been playing Diablo 2 a lot, and ooh, that game doesn't. It's not as easy as Torchlight 2. Torchlight 2, I could essentially just fall asleep and just click and keep running. With Diablo 2, you have to actually pay attention to the damage elements that are coming through to you.
Fair enough.
You literally hit enemies that just take no damage. And then you realize, it's because my weapon does a faint bit of lightning damage. So It ignores all of it.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. And it's like, ah, shit. And then you have to like swap weapons or quickly open a portal, and it's old school controls, so you're fiddling with the function keys. Yeah.
I
good
see.
stuff.
Alrighty. Unleash the horde!
Unleash the horde. You there?
Unhoard the leash!
Unhoard the leash. Got like a blam. Like a blam.
Like sitting ducks in a pond. I mean, hitting ducks in a
Like-
pond. Like
Like-
sitting
like
ponds
ducking-
in a duck.
Like docking ponds in a sit.
Yes. Those ducking ponds.
There's ducking ponds. Oh, this corner of yours is brilliant. It's such an easy, like, just look at them standing there. Kablam. Kablam. Oh, nope. You're a bit fast. Your acid turns them into bones. That's cool.
Yes, they become skeletons.
I didn't see that. Oh shit, ogres. Ogres.
Ogres, like big time ogres.
Yeah, these are not good. Okay, cool. I need to heal for a moment.
There's a potion over here. Oh, but the ogres are
Yeah,
here
but the
too.
ogres right
I've
there.
been smacked.
Hey! They turned into that.
Yay.
Yay, my barricades are healing. Wonderful.
Okay.
Put another barricade on the opposite
What?
corner.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
this
basically
guy
here.
threw bombs at me. I was daydreaming, trying to think of what I can do with some of the money I got, but no.
Did you
I
die?
got killed
oh, shit,
instead.
You died. Sorry. I tried to... Oh,
It's okay.
Your acid turning him into bones is my new favorite thing for today. That's awesome. Oh. Yeah.
Oh no.
Anything getting through? Nope. So many bits. Come on, acid. Whoa! We've got a...
Something that does acid.
Yeah, we've got a
Ugh,
knoll here on us. Don't stand on the barricades while the node attacks. My barricades won't last. Blam! Oh shit. Bowling pins! Okay, I need to quickly bolt that there.
Next wave already. Give me time to bloody breathe. As long as they aren't being flipped over your barricades.
They are, but they're being flipped in a different channel. The thing is, you get more effective traps. You do, but few things are as fun,
Yes.
are as nice as seeing your the orcs just being yeeted across the map. Oh shit! Fucking no!
I'm
Get
out
back!
of mana.
Fucking gnolls.
Mana! Mana!
Mana! Mana! Bombers! Careful.
Ah,
Oh, they've taken out of some of my barricade.
yes,
I've
I see
replaced
that.
it.
Come over here. Come to me, yes, where I can die. But lure you.
And we still have the upper hand here. Coins! Nice.
Alrighty. Oh, there's still more coming.
Yeah, I just reinforced it a little bit. Okay, cool. We've got a sweet moment.
A sweet
Phenomena.
moment. I was trying to do a Sweet Caroline. It didn't work out.
Phenomena.
Menanganel.
Menanganel. Menanganel. Menanganel. Right. Right. This needs to be clarified a little bit. This corner here. Oh no, that's better. Yeah, no, this is better. This is the better decision. Absolutely. Let's see. What else can I add here? Where can I add value?
I don't know.
I can't really add much value of any thing, actually. Not currently. I didn't have a... I just have the flip traps. Gonna put the flip trap here and here. Just yeet him back over the edge.
Righty.
Cool, I'm ready.
Pew pew pew. Zing. Smash. That tickled me. I don't know why.
At least I know where your funny bone still is. But it's affixed to the kazoo. There's some of my favorite things recently is because there's a lot of just doom scrolling in the world, but just finding people making funny bits of music online is like one of my favorite things of the 20s so far. What are you doing? You've sold everything here.
I'm redistributing them in an optimum. Oh, okay. No, never mind.
I'm optimized. Oh shit.
My optimization was not as optimized as I thought it would be, but okay. I think it's these barricades. They need to move up one this way. If I want to
Where?
put another trap here.
Oh shit.
These
Oh,
barricades here. Alright, cool. Another trap there, and I'll make it a frosty one. Why not?
Frosty. Cool.
Let's go!
Come on, bastards. Bring it. Jeez, this wall scorcher is nuts. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Spikes.
Yeah, no, it's not. I wouldn't imagine that's a pleasant experience.
First it was hot, then it was cold, then there was spikes. There was a there was a guy with like a long sword. It was hell, I told you.
All we wanted was to get into that sweet, sweet rift.
It's just a rift, man. It was on my annual vacation. I booked a spot and everything, but no acid damage. Warriors. Interesting mages. And I told Ogre not to bring the umbrella. But no, did he listen? Goes off and stuns the hero. What do you think's gonna happen if you stun a hero? Stun one hero, all heroes come for you.
Nay? And then they decided they were gonna bring a flyer with. Like I told them that thing does nothing except poop on you.
I said, I'm not cleaning that up. But no, the flyers need to come along. And for some reason, someone decides, no, flyers aren't enough. They're going to make them acid, apparently barricades to break through. I told them I've got a reservation. I'm just going to walk in the front door, but no. Now, they've got artillery. Automatic ballistas. Look, it's very convenient. But that's unfortunately convenient for the heroes. I work hard. I raid every year to feed my family. Now I have to come for my vacation and fight through ice, fire.
And then the kobolds. Don't even get me started on the kobolds.
They just don't. They just skip the queue. They just run. No,
Yeah.
no
No
politeness.
consideration.
No consideration. No respect.
Youth these days, I tell you.
Nice. Oh, you're almost dead.
Yes, I see that.
I got you. I got you. Got
Thank
the
you.
healing trinket.
Cool.
Pew pew. Jeez, this game doesn't do wonders for our stream quality. It's a lot of fun though.
Yes. All that aggression.
It's a good. Oh dear lord, what's going on behind me? Oh, it's a bunch of archers. That's what's going on. Your health.
I'm paying attention, but like I'm weighing my options here because if I die, I come back with full mana. I got a mana potion. How long does this thing last? Let's create a storm cloud there and see how long it lasts.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Final wave already?
Apparently so. I've been stunned. I've been duked.
No, we've lost a hero.
It's okay. My death
Honestly,
is
these
impermanent.
these skeletons not being in the third game is actually for me now a disservice.
I'm pretty sure they are if you use the acid. We didn't use the acid nearly as much
Oh,
as we
yeah,
are
true.
here. I love it. Storm clouds.
Incoming from from above.
I've been clobbered. I'm being killed. Once you're stunned in a crowd,
Yeah, then
you
it's
can never quite recover.
Groep oops. Come on. I'm just gonna let your traps do the job. I just flung a whole bunch of orcs into nothingness. Oh man, that never gets old for me. Just lightning, fire, ice. You're a menace. And acid.
I am the elemental goddess, I tell you. Ah, blunk, 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 blunk. And they're still alive.
Wait, here we go. Check.
Take
Two
some
more,
acid.
Two more. Oh, I had hoped that would reset. Wow, freaking lightning bolt to the face.
Uh-huh.
I want to see that on replay. Oh, that was beautiful.
We need to go through the levels faster, I think, if we want to get more skulls.
Yeah, basically what the
Either
the
that
moment
or somehow, I don't know.
okay, I'm gonna quickly upgrade.
Ah, we got the ice amulet now as well.
Nice.
Ice amulet. Ice, baby.
Okay, cool. I'm ready to go forward. You ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna get my dwarves back on. If I can get a good overhang for them to stand at. Okay, let's see. Okay, there's an opening here. There's the rift is behind us. There is this thing.
Oh, yes, a pot.
A pot. And then there is...
We're going to give the ogres pot.
There is doors. There are 3 doors. On all on the ground level, and then this entire upper area. So they can come down to the lower area. So I can put some stuff in the upper area. So technically, I can block off. Can I?
I think I
can't
like
block
the
off the stairs.
vampire gauntlet small.
I can't block off the stairs. Oh shit! I've now not selected my stuff correctly, but fair enough. I can block off the stairs.
Uh-huh.
I can't block off the stairs. Sorry, that's what I want to say.
Yes. Okay.
Or I should, because if I block off the stairs, I can put guys on the top.
Uh-huh.
Oh yes, no, definitely we need to have them come down the central ground floor. I'm gonna block off the stairs.
Okay.
There's a good reason for that. Okay, cool. Right, so we've got that going, and then from here they need to.
So let me see what you've blocked off. Okay. Yes, that. Yes, 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 yes.
Cool.
That's
And then they're just
correct.
gonna go straight down. No
And
massive
then,
issues.
okay. But, yeah, luckily nothing's coming out of this door yet.
Yeah, obviously, but
Well, for now.
yeah, for now. First round we should be able to get through the rest, but yeah. Okay.
Okay, now we want to put down traps. Under this bridge is the best place because then I can put traps on the ceiling. Traps on the ceiling and on the floor.
Oh, what a feeling! No, that was horrible. Right, I'm ready for what I've got. So, got one more I can put here. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. That maximizes the potential. Oh, that's the first time I've heard you speak.
Rave
What
skull.
are you doing? Oh. Okay. Summon them demon. I mean them. Release the horde.
Release the orb.
No horde. Oh yes, this is this guy. I like this guy.
What?
The vampire gauntlets. They're much.
Oh, I didn't understand for a moment what you were referring to. Oh, nice. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, skull. Nice.
Nice.
Blam. Blam. Coins. Many coins.
Coins.
I've got the coin trinket, so we're getting more. I'm getting a bit more money. One is gonna
Oh,
go
nice.
escaping.
Yeah. How did he get past us?
There's another. Oh, they got up
Oh,
somehow.
Oh,
How'd they get
weird.
up here?
New door is opening. Where?
Oh, we actually
No,
have
it's
one.
this door on this side.
No, we have
The
already
one that we
blocked it.
haven't blocked off.
No, I've already blocked it off.
Oh. Good. Okay. Alright, this is gonna be a tough one.
Nah, it'll be fine. Actually, I could just pop up onto the overhang. Oh god, they're entering there from coming from both sides. Whoops!
Oh no. Oh no.
I've got the other side. Apologies, I didn't see
Okay,
this.
well, I will have to defend from here a little bit.
Okay, I'm bringing the cleaner.
Cool.
Here we go. Have you seen this trap?
I have not.
Look at it. It's a massive, like, rolling barrel. Okay, it got most of it.
Yeah, I did see it in the wall, and I thought, is that aesthetic or actually
No, it's
activatable?
functional. Okay, cool. Right, now it's gonna come from
Whoa!
that I haven't fully blocked off yet, so I'm gonna run and
Okay, I think we need to block this tunnel way here, or trap this tunnel. So that's what I'm going to do.
yeah, I'll do that. They're all gonna come downstairs, so Cool.
Oh.
nice. Nice. Oh, bombs. Luckily, there's no barricades here to really impede them or cause severe amounts of trouble. Oh, oh, no, no, you die. Where are you going, you little piece of... Eh. How did I get on top there? Oh, there were probably some exploding boys. Oh, come on. Jeez, this is bad.
Yeah, this is bad.
I've used my health trinket already. Cool.
Did some get past? How many rift points did we start with?
Quite a lot. We started with like 30, so we've lost quite a lot. Like, let's see what happened here, because I do believe that they just probably ran over. That's so weird. Are there other ways up here that I'm missing? There are, and they've been boomed. They've been kaboomed. That's what's happened here.
Ah.
They've destroyed some of these barricades somehow. Cool, right. I would suggest bring all your traps down to, yes. Although that is still a bit tight, but still. We need to remember to use the environment as well. Ooh,
I'm not good at that. Yes.
I'll keep my eye on it, because I basically just have barricades.
Eh.
Eh.
Okay, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm very liking this. Tchaikovsky, very yes.
Tchaikovsky, yes. Tchaikovsky, very yes. Let's splooge it. Splooge it. Can go upstairs.
Okay.
Oh no, this barricade is also down, so I'm gonna have to be up here. Okay, cool. Never mind. Got this. Fuck. Those explodey boys really did a number on my stuff.
Oh no, that's not good.
It's fine. It's
What is
fine.
this fiery patch? This one spot that's just like burning over here.
Wait, no?
Oh, is this underneath? It's directly underneath the boiling oil. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. You say there isn't a spot that's barricaded upstairs.
Yeah, it's basically just the rightmost this channel. But I'll have enough to barricade it once the ground starts, so. Because I'll get enough money quickly, so. I'll barricade it. Don't waste your time putting traps here. I'll man this entrance until I get money.
Okay.
And then you just focus
And
on
I'm just going
building
to-
central panel.
Okay, cool.
We're probably gonna get flyers as well, just a heads up. At some point.
Okay, right. I'll keep that in mind.
Piss in your papa. Okay, let's have a look.
Oh, the chandelier can be dropped on things too.
Yep.
Ah, they're coming from Oh, no. They're coming from somewhere else? Alrighty.
Yeah, it's... yeah, a bit.
Okay.
I'm still
I
battling
will-
upstairs. I'm trying to sort it
I
out.
will,
so-
I will watch from over here.
Yeah, just the central pathway needs to be solved. And then I can get this side hustle sorted out. Need just a little bit more money. How did I get up
Try to
there?
hustle me.
God damn it. How the fuck did I get up there? How? Why are you here? Ah, fucking humbug. Fuck me.
Next wave.
How did I get up here? This is sealed.
I don't know, Dom.
Okay, cool. That's now also sealed.
Why don't you just build barricades on either side over here?
Yeah, it's probably better. I'm just gonna
But
run
yeah.
up and down, but it's... first round, every round there are bombers.
Oh.
I've lost all the barricades on one side again.
Oh.
Fuck's sake! Gonna have to do what you say and actually get those barricades built on the closer to us so we can monitor them
Yeah.
better,
Yeah.
maintain
Yeah.
them better. Because this is now just a crapshoot. Whoa, shit! That is rude, starting every round with bombers. Because I've now lost so much money just rebuilding barricades.
Yeah, ne? Oi. You're not going to stop me. No. 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 Angry French noises.
Angry French noises. No!
No.
Gets angry in French. No! Jeez, just...
No.
Oh, God, I wish I had some of those paladins right about now. Okay,
Next wave.
next wave.
You mean next S? No. Oh, no. Shit. I was going to say something inappropriate.
Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, this is gonna suck. I don't have enough.
I didn't prep barricades, otherwise they'd help out.
No, but it's anyway so expensive. Okay, at least it's now 2 channels. So 2 channel, like 2 chain. Just
Like
keep
2-stroke.
shooting, just keep shooting, like 2-stroke. The rapper that runs on oil. Isn't that barricade? Okay, cool. Now they're coming this way, and immediately they've destroyed the barricades. Holy shit! Fuck's sake!
Ah, this is not going to go well. No, we're going to lose this one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to restart and rethink this. Because barricades
Or
don't...
we're going to have to... Or we'll win by the skin of our teeth, but it won't be pleasant.
No, it won't be. Well, let's see what happens.
Holes are tough.
Whoa, jeez, they are. Don't they have a regenerate or something?
Yes, I think they do.
I mean, in DD they do, but...
I don't know about... Yes, they do. If you don't focus a troll down, it just regens.
I'll come and help yours. No, you piece of shit. Ah, fucking hell, it went in.
I had no choice but to let 2 of them
No,
pass
I
me
know.
because they literally... I can't kill one
Why
if
is
I
the
don't
entire
focus
world
it down.
vibrating?
I don't know. Maybe the rift is unstable.
Oh, yeah, we only have 3 left.
Yeah. Assholes.
Assholes.
Arschlochs.
6, 12, 18, 24. I can only build 4. This has been an absolute waste. I've got no effective traps out. None. I can only build 4, so I'm gonna have to build them here.
Righty.
Cool. Upstairs is
It's
now
okay.
barricaded again, but we'll see how
Get
it
them.
goes.
It's okay. Get them.
Hey, GOG sent me an email. Apparently there are items on my wish list on sale.
Yay!
Okay, cool. Let's do this. I'll try and protect my few barricades because... Ooh, there's barricades I can sell. There's barricades I can sell. Can I sell them? Will it be useful? It'll probably be. Yes. I can put dummy barricades for them to explode. Yes. Okay, cool. Go.
I pressed the button.
I put down
It
the
is
dummies.
the good sir that must press the button. This
Here they
hallway
come.
is death.
Okay, cool. I got the first of the explodies out of the way. Yeah, I think I got the explodies out of the way. They're turning around. Oh, there's another explodie. There's another explodies. I just need to focus these explodies.
Cool.
Yes, I got it. They're only coming down the central channel now.
Okay. This hallway is death.
There's more explodies, but I'm handling him.
Death becomes me.
That's a good movie, actually.
I must tell you, I have a funny history with Death Becomes Her. The story. These two somehow got behind me. I don't know how. Okay, it's fine. The I've never seen the start of that movie. I've watched it to its end 3 times.
Oh, you've
Never seen the start.
It's got a morbid start where Will Smith's character is... not Will Smith. Did we lose?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I think
We did
I
better.
prefer that. Yes, because now we know how to handle this level next time.
Let's retry.
Yash. Yes. Ready.
I just need to choose some of those explodey boys, the dwarves, this time around.
See, it's a good movie, but I've never actively gone and watched it. I've always only watched it when it's been on TV, and I've never like gotten to it when it was at the beginning.
Interesting.
So I've only ever seen like from the point when yeah, I know who you're talking about because I can't remember her name now either, but I should know her name.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
No,
It's
I'm
not-
talking about I said Will Smith earlier. It's Bruce Willis.
Oh.
That's the main actor.
Oh. And Death Becomes Her.
Yeah, it's his wife.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, is that
He's
Bruce
one of the
Willis?
main
Okay,
characters
yes.
because that's essentially the reason.
Meryl Streep is her name, yes.
Ah, yes.
I've only ever seen the movie from the point when we pick up with Meryl sort of discovering that the girl is that the
Hunk she's sleeping with has got an actual girl.
yes.
Or are you talking about
yes.
when she discovers there's that undead girl the first time?
The undead girl. The first time she's like worried that her husband is being stolen by this other woman.
Oh, yeah.
And it like because as I understand it, the beginning of the story picks up with the other girl finding the potion of eternal youth or whatever.
Yeah,
being
basically
offered.
it's like this club you get indoctrinated into.
Yes, no. I know the plot of the whole story, except I haven't seen like the teenage girl and her story of how she
Oh.
became beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready.
Okay,
can't remember
then
all the
I'm trapping
details
the
now.
hole, right?
Yeah, you're trapping
Yeah.
the central. Top has been trapped, and I'm standing ready to handle bombers, because well, that's an active role this time around.
Alrighty.
Not one gets through. The pumpkin has spoken.
The pumpkin. Okay, pumpkin, I'm listening. And let's start.
Let's start. Angry French noises.
No. That was what passive French noises.
Yeah, this first wave is good to just quickly mine some money.
The reason I kite them like this is because I have a stunning effect. I don't.
Yes, it is a stunning
don't-
effect, but what does it do?
It stops them when they get the red thing around them. They're
I
stunned.
know I'm being facetious.
Ah. What he doesn't know is that I'm aware of this fact.
Motherfucker. And you're being obtuse. I had such a giggle today. You probably saw online everyone talking about Charlize Theron's comment about Afrikaans-speaking people. Well,
No.
she basically
have
on like a
not.
podcast or an interview said something like Afrikaans isn't something along the lines of Afrikaans isn't that useful a language, and there's like only 44 people or so talking it, which is could you sell some of these, like maybe these two?
These two. Oh,
Oh, you
yes.
can't anymore.
No,
Because I
I
wanted to
can't
just
anymore.
get. Could you move out of the way?
Yes.
Thank you. There we go. Cool. I'm going upstairs. There's bombers.
Okay, go for them.
Can keep my eye open for them. But anyway, so she said something along the lines of, okay, it's not very useful language. It's probably only like 44 people still speaking it or something like that. Now that number,
wow.
44, you know, a
Uh,
lot of people like, there's people taking offense, there's people taking a piss, and most of all, it's just talking a lot of, causing a lot of chatter. Some of the jokes is like that I've heard is like there's a woman on Facebook trying to start a WhatsApp group for 44 people so she can find out that 43
no! I've been killed. They're getting through.
No, shit.
They're getting through. They're getting through. I can't stop them.
No, we got them. We only three got through. Blam. Smack. Kapow.
Okay, there we go.
Slash. But yeah, there's been a lot of jokes. But I was giggling online because there was this. Oh, could you sell some of those real quick?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. No. Oh, fuck. Very helpful, Dominic. Sorry.
It's okay.
That was a fuck up.
Ah, they're here already.
I'm going upstairs just to check for. Oh, bombers. Shit. I lost one barricade set upstairs. I lost 2 barricades set upstairs. I'll rebuild them as quickly as possible, but I am upstairs handling it.
Oh, well, okay. That's not as much of a problem for me, at least.
Coins.
Or it
Coins.
Wasn't. Wasn't. Now it is. No. 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 Okay. Quickly. Place down more traps here. More traps.
Must. Get coins. Shit. They're coming through on the opposite side, on the right hand side upstairs.
I'm trying. I'm getting them. I'm getting them.
I'm trying to help from a distance. The fuck up grows and grows. And I died. Gosh, shit. Well, we've 7 got through so far. So. Holy crap, we lost a lot.
Okay. I think the central channel is better as just a massive death box.
Okay, cool. All my money goes into just keeping this top channel, like, closed. Yeah. With a central death box, at least you know a lot of damage comes through. Cool, let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
you
try.
can do AoEs more easily and stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, cool. Where's the bombers? Keep your eyes open for them bombers. There's something on the ground here. What's this?
Money.
Money!
I didn't get it. Oh, weird.
I think it's from my trinket.
Bombers?
No, not yet. Elementals. Okay. Upstairs is still fine. It's still locked down. I'm gonna try and build another layer upstairs so that we've got. How the hell did I just lose this entire barricade set? How? What happened? There were no bombers.
I think that the archers attack you and do AoEs as well.
That's so fucked up. That means the barricades are absolutely useless.
I must say they are less efficient in this
In this version, yeah.
Orcs Must Die, compared to the first game
I'm kiting some elementals
or
upstairs.
the third game. First, in my experience.
Yeah. First one you played. There's some. We've got elemental issues upstairs.
It's elementary, don't worry.
Got him. Okay, cool.
Next wave.
Okay. Where are these things coming from? Come on. There they are. Bombers. I'm handling them where I can. Okay, cool. More. Come on. Damn it. Okay, some of them got to some of my decoy barricades. I just have to have eyes on the side of my head right now. More bombers.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Okay. Oh, one more bomber. He took the decoy barricade out. Yeah, at least I've got decoy barricades now. So.
Alrighty. Yeah, my kill box is working well at least.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, and I'm getting, yeah, I've got multiple decoy. Like, just that one loose barricade, but it's far forward. Because if one of those guys dies, yeah, that's a lot better. And this was a lot better. Nice, well done. There we go. Okay, I've got more decoy barricades out. There we go, and
Fair
already
enough.
working.
Excellent.
I lost a barricade far in front, but overall, it's fine. There's another one. No. Okay, that nearly got through all of them. Do trolls not care about barricades? No, they do care. Okay, your kill box is doing a great job. Keep it up.
Yes.
Fuck hell. Okay, cool. That's it for now. Okay. This is one troll.
Yep.
Oh, there's coins down here.
Dead. Dum 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 dum.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes. Brilliant. Marvelous. Magnifique.
Cool. I'm ready to go.
Just going to put up some more. Some more.
Some more. More. More.
Okay, I've done more.
Sweet.
Okay, sorry, I need to
No,
press
it's
the
fine.
G.
Yeah, go for it. Cool. I'm gonna put on some dwarves for ya. A dwarf up here. Not gonna bombard.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Bombers. Lots of them. But I was ready. I tell yous. I was ready. Cool. Nice. Nice. More bombers. Handled. More.
Good.
Jeez. It's just I constantly there's like another wave coming in between the other waves. It's constant.
Hmm.
Nice, more coins. This trinket with for the coins is really nice. Nice. Good job.
Endible, that's you.
Okay.
Exploding time.
Come on. Where are these freaking bombers? I know they're coming. Okay, that's an archer. There's another archer. Yeah, the archers do hit the barricades as well.
But I think they only attack if they see a target. So.
Yeah. So I need to just not be as available for them to do that. I have to jump down. Holy crap, what the hell is going on down here? This is madness.
Yeah, this is what I've been treated to every time.
But I
Is
prefer
just
my
watching.
calm top over
Is
here.
just watching this symphony of destruction, acid and ice, and vampires and spikes.
Ebony and ivory.
Side by side on my destruction key.
Yeah, I think we need to work on that G over there. Right. Another orky. Okay, right. Off to look for bomber boys. Come on. Where be did the bomber boys?
Bummer boys.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. You're having a lot of fun down there. Oh no, we've got gnolls.
Knowles.
Nollies. I'm gonna guide them down into your kill box because fuck this shit. These dwarves are just having a field day. What do you mind, freaking gnolls? Give at oh, I'm dead. Three gnolls coming from upstairs.
Oh no.
Okay, this is not good. Okay, hang on. Okay, upstairs is fine. It's alright. Yeah, that's it. Holy crap. Nice. Alakablam. Nice. Okay, let's
Hey.
see if I can help this out a bit. Gonna go reinforce a second layer on top.
Oh.
Awesome. Okay, I've got 3 layers of barricades in the top row now. I'm ready.
Excellent.
This is just rude. Welcome. This is my welcome mat. Hello. Come and pay a visit.
Yes.
Fuck, Dylan. Don't be that creepy. Don't be creepy. Why are you creepy?
Destruction.
Okay. Oh,
Mayhem. Chaos.
they've taken
Spaghetti.
out. So, wait, what? Spaghetti. The spaghetti. Oh no, they really want to get through to that barricade. Oh shit, I missed that there's a maze going on this side. Oopsie. Come on, barricades, heal up. Nice. Okay, cool. Oh, there's a skull over there. Gonna go grab that. Don't stun me. I said don't stun me. You don't stun me. Yes,
I ain't afraid no stun.
this kill box is nuts. Can I add you another dwarf? Nice, okay. There's another line of explodies. I handled them.
Hi.
You guys get off here. This is where you get off, big boy. Oh shit. Ah, ow, ow, ow. Fucking hell. Yo. Ogre boys. That's right. Come say hello
here
to
they
our welcome mat. You just stood there and drained them dry. Okay, uncles. Another dwarf. Let's do this. Dididum, dididum, ta, dididum, dididum, ta, dididum, dididum, da. Are there any explodies coming? Are there any explodies? Not there, not there. Did you just die?
Yes, but it was for a good cause.
Huh?
I have a theory, or had a theory. Theory was tested. Theory was implemented.
To recharge your mana.
No.
No,
I
no,
put
no.
down spike traps right in front of the doors, hoping that the spikes might grab a few peoples that run through them, specifically exploding things.
Oh, yeah, but they're too fast for it.
Fair enough.
Usually, that's sort of the thing about the cobalt.
Yeah.
It activates a trap, but it's in some cases too light or too fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So far so good. There's no explodies up here. They're all being routed to you downstairs. Okay. Okay. Trolls are coming your way.
Cool.
Jeez, there's a lot of coins down here.
I'm just gonna watch them for a bit.
Adding more dwarves to your repertoire. You've got your own personal army over here.
Yep.
Cool, I'm ready to go.
Me too.
It's literally cheaper for me, or simpler for me to just quickly put down a barrier, to lose that barrier to a line of explodies. The sappers.
Explodies. We will be using their proper names.
They're proper names in this house. They're called explodies. Oh jeez. Okay.
My dwarven brethren, you will stand your ground.
Jeez, they're just all over the place. So many dwarves. Gnomes.
This is what the fight for what's his name should have looked like.
Helm's Deep.
Yes.
Moria. The mines of
Moria,
Moria.
yes. Yes.
A dwarf yet lives. Oh wow, well done. Well,
We did
almost,
it.
We almost lost half our skulls. We still got 3 though. Fucking hell. I got a few extra though, so I got a total of 12 skulls out of this. That was.
I only got 9, but well done.
Got the archers.
Yes, Archer Guardian. Nice.
Quick check.
But I think we're gonna call it there.
Yes. Waiting for the player. quickly get my. Where's my OBS? Voice withhold transition. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to the Sunday where we can start building that world, or continue building the world. I'm
Yes, me too.
curious to see what Rolandi and Peter would want to bring to the table.
I am too. I hope that Peter's got some nice world building concepts and that Rolandi's got some because I plan to bring that terrible draft of a map I made with,
Yeah,
and hoping that we can like actually maybe work on something tangible to get our blood pumping.
absolutely. But yes, thank you to anyone that's still listening. And if you do miss any of our streams, I do upload them to our YouTube channel, which is just a repository of our streams. I think last week's one I didn't upload, which is an oopsie, but so be it. Have a wonderful evening. Anything else from your side, Dylan?
Um. No.
Eloquent. I ask you
I'm
to greet the
always
people.
eloquent.
I ask you to greet the people and you recite poetry. I ask you to say goodbye and it's just like
I'll have something ready next time, okay?
nevermore.